Goob be watching UFOs?
Need some advice, Rockhead. Make sure you get drunk or hit a stick of PCP before you go over there.
Goob, you saw alien?
Yeah. Light your blunts. Get your drinks. The show's about to begin. Welcome to the Goob Show. We got Pomona in the building. Talking about the aliens, we talk about the crib. Talking about the gang banging, talk about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The Goob Show. We got Pomona in the building. Talk about the aliens, we talking about the crib. Talking about the gang banging, talking about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The talk about the back of the moon and Stonehenge, and niggas in the prison with wounds from straight edge. UFO sighters in Area 51. Crippin' in Pomona, at times it wasn't fun. The Goob Show, moderators, please get the haters. We ain't got time for them, only talk about the craters in the moon, the flying aliens in the zone. If aliens are listening, I smoke like Cheech and Chong. Tell me about your people and I'll tell you about Pomona. Shout out to Cab Mac videos, that's my homie. I be the king real, this the circle when we chosen. This is the new edition of the hottest show, we own it. The Goob Show, we got Pomona in the building. Talking about the aliens, we talk about the crippin'. Talking about the gang banging, talk about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The Goob Show.
Shouts to them niggas that said I would never be shit. Flow so cold, when I spit I got them seasick. They can't see me, they should focus more. I do it to the roof gone like a dog with no vocal cords. Keep a magazine in case I have to show a boy trip. I had you bagged up like you from the grocery store. I'm 42, they need me more than they hate me. The streets ain't safe, so the burner don't got a safe. They tell me don't do it, but I don't never learn. Put that fire to your head, and I ain't talking about no perm. Ain't nobody gave me shit. Anything I got, I earned. Yeah, I got them slick words, but I'm really about them verbs. And I still be on them curbs like an hourglass shaped bitch. When I move to work, I hustle hard like it's game 6. Real nigga, I don't fake shit. Never. No squares in my circle, stay the same, never shake it. Goes 1 for the homies, 2 for the liquor, 3 for the cheese, ½ for the switches. We gon' add this money, divide these bitches. And if we have to, we gon' subtract these niggas. 1 for the homies, 2 for the liquor, 3 for the trees, ½ for the switches. We gon' add this money, divide these bitches. And if we have to, we gon' subtract these niggas.
These my niggas, that's how we ruling this shit. Running, smoking blunts, pumping pump, and punkin' chumps. That's how we doing that shit. Fucking niggas up, fucking niggas up real bad.
The hearts of man be coated in icicles. What you need a hug, what you need a little tickle. I keep loose change, you know I keep a nickel. Play the 4-5 that'll have your hospital. Blow the whistle, foul on the plane. This nigga out of bounds, he working for the DA. Trying to get a deal, fake hating on the real. You know I'm trying to eat, you know, stack a few meals. I'm alright, I ain't sick, the flow's ill. Run circles on the track, I don't treadmill. Bring the shit to life, most time it gets killed. You in the presence of a G, so respect Neil. Don't put your life in jeopardy. Fear factors when your face in front of the semi. Family's view when your wheels cost a fortune. And I'm focused, man. Machine in motion. Don't drill. Ain't nobody else spitting like this. Down to come from the shoulders in the hill. Leather seats, wood grain on the wheel.
I got sucker repellent on me, homie. Now what you saying? I represent the city. Pomona, no, we ain't playing. Why you looking mad? Cause your baby mama a fan. I don't do the perkin', no baby, I don't do Zans. I was pushing down Gary, headed right to the turf. These niggas looking shady, could tell they was on alert. Then I hit the USA, cause I know the clerk. Used to be at All-Star 2, we sold the work. I keep money on my mind and all my niggas do. Fly in with a gang, yeah, we the fucking truth. Mafia bros, Pomona Dre, this ain't nothing new. And when I step up in the spot, these niggas better move. Yeah, a blind nigga said he see me on the top. A deaf nigga said he heard this from his drop. I'm a guy that don't stop from the cream of the crop. Janitor, pop up on the scene with a mop. I get green from about. They on my D by the flock. In the trap, what you need, homie? Trey or the rock. Don't get seen by the cops. And you gotta pay the game to put your feet on this block, nigga. your bitch tryna function with the crib. I keep some blue tips loaded in the clip. Don't trip, don't trip. I ain't nobody else spin like this. Politicking niggas sticking to the script. That's why your bitch tryna function with the cribs. Don't trip.
Yeah. Welcome to the Goob Show, Tuesday edition with boy Omar Bradley Jr. I'll get him in here in a minute, man. Shout out to G. Lou Show. Kev Mac, appreciate y'all stopping by. Anybody come in, man, just hit that like button for your boy. Subscribe to the channel. Of course, we're finna get into something today. Back to my UFO shit, which I steadily do. It's a trip. How some people look at it, I understand what my show is. Black man that talks about UFOs. And I appreciate that. But I'm still Pomona representing. I represent Pomona. Shout out to TJ and them over at On the Run Entertainment, Mario, Lisa, Old School. I was on their show on Saturday. Tapped in for a minute, man. Shout out to them. Y'all go over there, subscribe to them and all that. I got this songs I want to play during our little intermission. I just got up on this young dude, man. Shout out to S-Bone from Fody's on his site. Yeah, I rubberneck on a lot of sites. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his platform, but he put me up on this dude, man, called Yellow Hill. I like his flow, man. It's the same way I got hooked up with Nipsey music, man. Listening to him, they talk about that street shit, man. So shout out to him. But without further ado, bring in Omar. Brad, how you doing, my brother?
Oh man, I'm well. How are you today? Tonight?
I'm doing
evening.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Hey, you know what we need? We need a generic clap track for when you have your guest on. And we bring to you whoever we bring in, and just the clap, hit the button and the generic clap come in.
Right. Hey, you know what I tripped off of? I tripped off like the numbers in YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got there, but say for instance, I got 370 subscribers, right?
Right.
That would deter a person when I see other people 3, 4, 5,000. What's up with you, cowboy? Appreciate you stopping through, man. Like I say, G. Lou, Kev Mac. I was trying to put these in when the intro was going on. For some reason, it just stopped or did something of that nature. I don't know if you heard it or not, but anyway, I was looking at the numbers, and say, for instance, I see a person that got 5,000 subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their numbers might only be 200 or 300. You know what I'm saying? They only get 300-400 views with 5,000 people. I got 370. I at least get 30 views. Nigga, that's 10%. I can't knock that, my brother. You see what I'm saying? And I say that because there was an instance where a person wanted to set it back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is this effective? But I had to look at the numbers in my situation. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Just do you remember the music scene when MySpace came out?
No. Yeah.
You don't remember? Let me tell you something before we get into this. Before we get into our UFO business, because I don't want you to get distressed or deterred. Okay. I don't want. Let me just give you this little factoid.
Go ahead.
There were services out there when music went digital and you didn't have to buy CDs. If you had the bread, there were services that you could pay that played your stuff and gave you
Right.
digital plays that was really a team of robots that was giving you digital plays, and you like, this song is garbage. How did this dude get 30,000 plays in a week?
Right,
Well,
right.
they didn't get 30,000 plays in a week. They really only had 3 plays, but whatever system that they paid for, you know, these people were selling packages. You know what I'm saying? If you paid $100, you know what I'm saying, you can get 1,000 plays. If you paid $500, you can get 10,000 plays. So you really don't know. None of us really know if somebody's going in there and giving you see what I'm saying? We don't know. And record labels did it too. A dirty little secret. Record labels, if they had an artist that they needed to stay at the top of the charts that they knew was kind of falling off, before they would send them to VIP Records, before they would send them to Tower Records, they would buy online strips without clothing. See, like shit like that. You got three times that then came on at 8:12. You know that's a bot. 3 times at the same minute. You know what I'm saying? You know that's a bot.
If somebody ain't shot him down.
But if that ain't 3 views, but if that don't count for 3 views, I don't know what you see what I'm saying?
Right. So, how'd you get over here? Hey, look, no, like I said, I wasn't saying that as far as I'm saying that's why people stop doing what they love to do when they see the numbers like that. So I see the numbers, but that don't make me stop because I got an agenda. No matter who is listening, I only need 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? Because once they see it and know I've been speaking on it for so long, and that's why I want to do this one, because I put out a video with Farrakhan talking about it. And I know a lot of people follow the Muslim face. They follow Farrakhan. They do, you know what I'm saying? And then I get those same people looking at me crazy because I talk about UFO. Well, the top man is talking about UFO. So I want to bring that out and let him see what he's saying. Trolls on your page, someone bringing negative energy to your channel. Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all coming.
And like I was saying, if Sony or Epic or one of them needed somebody to be at the top of the charts, what's going on, Art? If they needed somebody to be at the top of the charts, they would buy the first 100,000 copies before even sending the records, the CDs and the tapes to VIP or Sam Goody or somebody like that, right? So they buy. So this song debuted at #1. Well, how in the hell did it debut at #1? The record ain't even out yet because the record company bought the first 100,000. And this is a dirty little secret that's been going on for years. And so, you know, my thing is, bro, just keep pushing. That's what I was telling you last week. Like when you see certain people get on and all of a sudden they got, you know, 100,000 viewers, but then it come out later that they was with the police all along. There's something to that.
The thing of it is I wouldn't know if I didn't know that their channel that comes on mine. If I don't know what they have, you know what I'm saying? It's very few people that I fuck with, and I fuck with their channel. My gifts have came, you know what I'm saying? 80% from the homie Kev Mack and his show, fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? So I can't appreciate nothing what I'm getting. It's time for my expansion myself, but I'm gonna keep it just like this. And sooner or later it'll get there. It'll open eyes because as soon as Russia jumps over that border, mark my word, if they ain't gonna see a whole bunch of videos of them coming out, and eventually they're about to go over there. Whatever they trying to do with the United States, fucking with us, fucking with our minds, or fucking with the president, we're going. We're not going. We backing up. We going. You know what I'm saying? NATO don't know what the fuck to do. They don't know. Russia playing all up in their heads. But Russia know if they jump over that line, then they finna have a battle, but they finna have China in it. But that's my news part of it. What about yours? What you hear or something you want to get off?
I mean, you know, it's definitely hood politics on a worldwide scale. We could send some hood generals over there and they'll handle all of this real quick.
Right.
You know, this is really a bad.
Oh, New Zealand. Appreciate you,
Yeah, absolutely. This is, I mean, you know.
For sure.
We all worried about. I mean, I'm not too much worried about what's happening with
Putin tested Syria to find out how far he can go. Yep. Yeah, Putin is gonna test. He's gonna test the waters. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I look at it, they talk about it, but Russia got too many sides of Ukraine not to go in. I mean, what is you there for, homie? You just there just to. You know, come on, man.
Because do you remember the game? Big Bank take Little Bank?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
They patent people's. Putin is patting America's pockets right now. They know we got inflation going on. It really no food on the shelves. The gas prices is bouncing back up. You got people chanting, "Let's go, Brandon." They know people was flushing stuff down the toilet in Mar-a-Lago. They still believing in this man. You know what I'm saying? They patting our pocket. Oh, you really gonna come over here? You really daring it? We don't think that you had the money to fight us. You know what I mean? We don't think you had the money to stop us. So we gonna come over here and, hey man, Pops is tripping. He wants you to give me my bike back. Pops tripping. He wants you to give me my bike back. That's my bike, fool.
Right.
And that's basically.
You see our boy Uncle Buck up in the house. What's up with you, Uncle Buck? Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, but we not about to have nobody's going. Nuclear is so outdated and obsolete right now.
Right.
And this is going to be.
But okay, since
digital electronic warfare.
So now that we got on that, and I'm gonna just start it early. I want to put this so that people see what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. This is what I'm not. Listen here, for anybody that's looking at this or may look at it later, I'm not religious, homie. So don't say, "Oh, well, Goob," because I'm telling what a man is saying. Damn with his religion. I don't believe in nothing and nobody with their religion. It's them as a man. They can't put their religion on me. I'll tell them in a minute I'm atheist, which I'm really not atheist. I just believe in a higher being. Period, point blank. Don't give me this Jesus, Joseph, Mary, all that BS. Just let me know who the highest that made everything. Because it doesn't just make us and our planet. It made everything, every star that's out there, every moon, every sun, every planet that's out there that we don't know about. That's what that higher being made. Nobody knows what his damn name is. So a religion can say this is Allah, this is Jesus, they all, or God, it's all the same person to me. So I don't want to hear your religious rhetoric. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to play this videos of Minister Louis Farrakhan, who I respect as a man and not his religion, but he feels it and sees it the same way that I see it.
Right. Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Let's see. Cowboy said, what did Cowboy say? Russia took out some of the Doctors Without Borders member in Syria. That let me know Putin was testing the world. Well, guess what, Cowboy? Doctors Without Borders is U.S. aid.
Right.
So
what's up, with your Lisa? Appreciate you stopping by.
Look them up.
Right. So Eyeball Torres, I appreciate you stopping by. So when I say this, you know what he's saying, and I'm just saying, when you get to those certain people that do also believe in this religion, you don't believe in the UFOs, but you believe in this man speaking totally and fully and follow his way. So I'm just going to play this video. I want people to listen to what Minister Louis Farrakhan has to say about the same thing that we are black. We can come back and discuss it at the other end, Omar.
All right, absolutely.
So in calling this press conference, I'm calling you because of the serious nature of the announcement that I am about to make. An announcement on which hangs the future of this nation, its leaders, and the people of America. This is not the usual press conference, though I realize that you may only be able to use a very small portion of what I say if you choose to use it at all. However, I would hope that you record everything that I say, that it may bear a record either for or against you and me. It is written in the book of Ezekiel, when I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at your hand. But if you warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but you have delivered your soul. It is in this spirit that I make this announcement. In a tiny town in Mexico called Tepoztlan, there is a mountain on top of which is the ruins of a temple dedicated to Quetzalcoatl, the Christ figure of Central and South America. A mountain which I've climbed several times. However, on the night of September the 17th, 1985, I was carried up on that mountain in a vision with a few friends of mine. As we reached the top of the mountain, a wheel, or what you call an unidentified flying object, appeared at the side of the mountain, and I was called from the wheel to come up into the wheel. 3 metal legs appeared from the wheel, giving me the impression that it was going to land, but it never came over the mountain. Being somewhat afraid, I called to the members of my party to come with me, but a voice from the wheel spoke, saying, "Not them, just you." I was told to relax, and a beam of light came from the wheel, and I was carried up on this beam of light into the wheel. I sat next to the pilot. However, I could not see him. I could only feel his presence. As the wheel lifted off from the side of the mountain, moving at a terrific speed, I knew I was being transported to the mother wheel, or the mother plane, which is a human-built planet a half a mile by a half a mile, which the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us of for over 60 years. The pilot, knowing that I was fearful of seeing this great mechanical object in the sky, maneuvered his craft in such a way that I would not see the mother plane, and then backed quickly into it and docked in a tunnel. I was escorted by the pilot to a door and admitted into a room. I shall not bother you with a description of the room, but suffice it to say that at the center of the ceiling was a speaker, and through this speaker, I heard the voice of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad speaking to me as clearly as you hear my voice this morning. He spoke in short, cryptic sentences. And as he spoke, a scroll full of cursive writing rolled down in front of my eyes, but it was a projection of what was being written in my mind. As I attempted to read the cursive writing, which was in English, the scroll disappeared and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad began to speak to me again. He said, and I quote, "President Reagan has met with the Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war. I want you to hold a press conference in Washington, D.C., and announce their plan and say to the world that you got the information from me on the wheel," end quote. He said to me that he would not permit me to see him at that time, but he said that I had one more thing to do, and when that one more thing was done, I could come again to the wheel and I would be permitted to see him face to face. He then dismissed me and I entered the small wheel, and the pilot, whom I still could not see, moved the craft out of the tunnel and took it up to a terrific height and maneuvered his craft that I might look down upon the mother wheel, and I saw a city in the sky. With great speed, it brought me back to Earth and dropped me off near Washington, where I then proceeded into this city to make the announcement. After I awakened from the vision, it seemed to vanish from my mind. However, on the morning of September the 19th, 1985, a great earthquake struck Mexico City, and it was felt as far away as Tepoztlan, the little town where I was staying. The earthquake brought the vision forcibly to my mind, and I spoke it later that morning for the first time to my wife, Khadija Muhammad, and to Sister Taineta Muhammad in the city of Cuernavaca in Morelos, Mexico. During the vision of 1985, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did not tell me who the war was planned against or where the war would take place. But as events began to unfold from September to December of 1985 into January of 1986, it began to dawn on me slowly that that war might be against Muammar Gaddafi and the Libyan Jamahiriya, but I was not completely sure. In early February 1986, I was invited to participate in and be the spokesman at a press conference initiated by the Libyans in cooperation with Kwame Ture of the All-African People's Revolutionary Party and the representatives of approximately 15 groups of blacks, Native Americans, Hispanics, and whites, in essence, to say to the government of America, hands off Libya. While I was speaking at that press conference, the lights of the television cameras in the back of the room brought back the vision of the press conference that I was to hold in Washington, D.C., and I wondered to myself, could this be it? In February 1986, I embarked on a world tour. And while I was in Ghana, in West Africa, it crystallized for me.
Pause. Because your expression. So I wanted to go because he's going to get into more political type entities. I'll continue it, but so far, what you heard, what you think? Yourself.
I know the man. I know the man. I've been around the man. Let me say that to stand around him, there is an aura of peace, a sensation of peace that you get when you stand next to that guy that makes you feel as though he is not human.
Right. And here's what's crazy is that the end of the video, I'm gonna go back to it so it can continue on, because he does talk about what a war is coming. So I don't want to hold, because we were in it. I just want to bring it back out, because I just seen your expression, so I didn't know what you were.
Go for it. Go for it.
Thank you.
That the war that President Reagan and the Joint Chiefs of Staff had planned was, in fact, against Muammar Gaddafi and the people of Libya. So I decided to alter my planned itinerary to go to Libya and to warn Muammar Gaddafi. I arrived in Libya, and practically every member of the Libyan government met me in my suite, with the exception of Muammar Gaddafi and his second in command, Jaloud. I spoke to them, and they went speedily away from my room. I expect they went to see Muammar Gaddafi. But from Tripoli, speaking before the representatives of approximately 80 nations, I repeated this vision publicly, sending back to the United States a warning to President Reagan and then Secretary of State George Shultz. During the confrontation in the Gulf of Sidra between the United States Air Force and the Libyan Air Force, it was reported in the press that a bright orange object was seen over the Mediterranean. The wheel was in fact present, and it interfered with the highly sensitive electronic equipment of the aircraft carrier that was in the Gulf of Sidra, forcing it to return to Florida for repairs. In 1987, 2 years later, in the New York Times Sunday magazine, and on the front page of the Atlanta Constitution, the truth of my vision was verified, for the headlines of the Atlanta Constitution read, "President Reagan planned a war against Libya." In the article which followed, the exact words that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad spoke to me from the wheel were found, that the President had met with the Joint Chiefs of Staff and planned a war against Libya in the early part of September 1985. I did not realize at that time, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that I had one more thing to do, that one more thing involved having the actual press conference that I'm holding today and making the actual announcement that I am now fully in the knowledge and understanding of. The reason that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did not tell me who the President and the Joint Chiefs of Staff had planned the war against was because Muammar Gaddafi, the Muslim revolutionary leader, and the small nation of Libya was only to serve as a sign of an even more significant and consequential event which was to come several years later. I am here to announce today that President Bush has met with his Joint Chiefs of Staff under the direction of General Colin Powell to plan a war against the black people of America, the Nation of Islam, and Louis Farrakhan, with particular emphasis on our black youth, under the guise of a war against drug sellers, drug users, gangs, and violence. All of this is going on under the heading of extremely urgent national security. The FBI, in preparation for this assault on the black community, has stepped up its campaign against strong black political leadership. The FBI is using dirty tactics under the guise of flushing out corrupt politicians to malign and besmirch the good name of many of our strong fighters for justice, threatening them with indictments or casting them into prison. with other weaker leaders, the government has already promised them wealth and nearness to the centers of power and to be in their councils in exchange for their being silent when the actual attack comes. The FBI has been working to destroy the Nation of Islam since 1940. Right. As a young Muslim 34 years ago, I recall that agents of the FBI were constantly visiting members of the Nation of Islam, trying to frighten us and our families away from our belief in the religion of Islam and away from our desire to follow the leadership of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now it is well documented through the Senate subcommittee hearings on the counterintelligence program of the United States government under J. Edgar Hoover, and through information that we have received under the Freedom of Information Act, that the government of the United States, the Justice Department, and the FBI, in the name of fighting communism, and in the name of preventing a Messiah from rising among black people who would unite us, and in the name of protecting the existing social and political order, use taxpayers' dollars to employ every dirty trick that was ever used in overthrowing foreign governments deemed to be the enemies of the United States, to overthrow and to undermine all black leaders and black organizations in the United States. It is well documented that the FBI, using taxpayers' dollars, conducted illegal surveillance, wiretaps, and
Okay. I was with the UFO part of it, and it's all folds into each other. But he did say some good shit after that. I had to just take a break.
Yeah.
So what you think about the, him speaking on the UFO part of it?
Okay.
His understanding on Gandhi for drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's so twisted up, It's all about that money. You know what I'm saying? Any way they could get it,
So I told you that world events directly affect the hood. But we ain't gonna go there right now. We're gonna talk about the UFO thing.
No, go ahead. Because that goes to what he's saying about him seeing it. So
we'll get to that, but okay, so because you have a history of going away to state college,
right?
For lack of a better term, right?
Correct.
So that the Nation of Islam has a fierce rehabilitation program while there for when people get out and they have required reading, to make members of the Nation of Islam. And one of the books of required reading is Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad, where Elijah Muhammad speaks of going on a spaceship, right, and receiving messages from Fard Muhammad, who was the creator of the Nation of Islam. So this is why Minister Louis Farrakhan says he heard the voice of Elijah Muhammad because he was told by Elijah Muhammad that he would be able to ascend to be with Fard Muhammad. And Minister Farrakhan believes that he too will be able to ascend to Master Elijah Muhammad.
Right.
I can't really, I kind of started talking about the belief of their organization, but I really don't want to get into the belief of their organization because that's kind of like a secretive. That's kind of like a secretive thing. But if that's not Nation of Islam, and you say that you don't believe this, then I really don't understand how you can be nation without understanding the indoctrination of it, because this is their indoctrination.
So here's where I got the whole inception of, even when I seen the video, I had spoke to somebody that wasn't a believer in what I believed in, but he was Muslim. Correct? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So I seen this video. I seen it years ago. I had forgot about it. And then it always comes back to me because there's a lot of videos that I have and a lot of pictures and knowledge, like this little animal between these two horses just walking, and that's where I think these motherfuckers can stealth themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think their technology, because we're trying to do the stealthing thing.
Yeah, we already have it. We already have it with you just
Right.
see BMW just released 3 cars where you can change the color of the paint by touching a button. You could pick the
Right.
color of the paint that you want to use for that day. If you feeling like you want to have your Beamer be white, you can have it white. If you want to change it to black, it could be black. If
Yep.
you want to change it to blue, you know, it can only do the prime colors now, but eventually it'll be able to do a 10, 20 color palette.
Archangel got a hell of a story. Whenever Archangel want to come in, Archangel, I'm gonna send you the link, homie, because you gotta as long as I've been seeing you come on here, man, you got a hell of a story. So whenever, man, you can get the link. I'm gonna paste it in here. Whenever you want to come on, because you got a hell of a story. But
yeah,
that's why I put out the video with Farrakhan talking about it. I had never, but there's another one. I don't know if you know who Jaime Maussan is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Mexican reporter
reporter
that's been talking about UFO for years. Man, they talk bad about him. He sat down with Farrakhan. I got that video too.
Yeah.
That I'm gonna get into, but
see, and you can't, when you go into the programming and the destruction of our community, as Farrakhan went into, is very difficult because people have different perceptions of different people. You know what I mean? I was just watching one of Brother Kev Max videos from I believe it was November or so, and I asked him, like, how did you come to that conclusion? I can't, like, I have a totally different perception of a guy than he has, but I feel like this guy,
what guy,
was a terrible individual, and I have my reasons for feeling that way. But if I say this because
everybody considered crazy until the truth comes out, it's
right.
all bad. Oh yeah.
I feel like this guy is, to me, the way I see it, being in politics and being raised in politics, I see this guy as the antithesis of good. But I really can't say nothing about him because there's a whole lot of original Crips and original Crip leadership that revere this guy. So to even say one thing, to even voice an opinion that's contrary to what people think, with you know what I'm saying, could set off something that I'm not intending to set off based on my opinion. But if you look at the facts objectively, it's like, oh, this is this couldn't have been, you know what I mean? This can't be a good person. This can't be a good person if you line up the facts. But again, once we are anchored to something, we stay anchored to that. And the plan and the plot on drugs, we got to remember that George Bush, the daddy, was the head of the CIA. He was the head of the CIA before he became vice president of the United States.
Right. But you know how many presidents?
The person that shot Ronald Reagan, shot at Ronald Reagan.
Right. Hit old boy paralyzed.
the person who shot at Ronald Reagan was George Bush's first cousin.
I ain't never heard that.
Hey man, when have you ever heard me tell you a lie?
I didn't tell.
When have you ever heard me tell you a lie?
I didn't say you were lying. I said I just never heard of that. But
I probably shouldn't have said it on YouTube because now one day this is gonna come out and it's gonna be 100,000 views and people gonna look it up and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is true. Oh, that might have been a coup."
Hey, but would he say he went at? You know how many stories people can say that they went up and got abducted or something? OG Steve, what's good with you? Appreciate you.
But this man is a bona fide leader. He is the greatest leader for Black people of the modern era. And I want you to understand there is a word that he used.
And why? You know what's crazy? Because he said and he know it. But I was gonna go to the third spot at this end where I just cut it, and you're gonna hear how he put what everybody's talking about nowadays is the same thing as we seeing now happen.
Before we say that, before we go to that, he says the word Messiah.
Right.
Okay. The Black Messiah program is an FBI program where they look for Black leaders early on in their career and throw things on them to defeat and discredit them before they get rolling. This program was implemented after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King because they didn't want another Malcolm X, and they damn sure didn't want another Dr. Martin Luther King. So when you watch that movie about, was it Fred Hampton? No. When you watch that movie that just came out recently, maybe 2 years ago in 2020, called The Black Messiah, it's named after that. It's named after that program. Cornfield you know what? First of all, I don't think that the aliens are booby bandits. I think that's a fantasy that people want played out, and so they throw it out there in the hopes that it happens. I think that that's what they want, that wear and tear action. They hope for it. They out in the cornfields looking for it. They got a couple of them flashlights they're doing like this.
But you know what? You know the thing about cornfields, what people fail to realize. See, because most of us that's on here, we city people. But me being in the part of Arizona that's, I used to go to my sister-in-law house where they didn't have no street light. They don't got no street lights. You know what I'm saying? When Queen Creek was first open, it had no street lights. You can see all the stars. You can see everything. If you're in a cornfield, you can see everything. You know what I'm saying? There was Art trying to get in.
So what you saying?
No,
is,
I'm saying that more people in cornfields is gonna see them. I think that's where they can go to because there's no lights. There's nothing that they have to go. It's strictly darkness. You know what I'm saying? That's why you get so many of them. What do you call it? Them little things they make in the cornfields. Fuck, it's slipping my mind right. The crop circles. It just slapped my mind.
Okay.
You don't believe in the crop circles?
Yeah, I know. This is what I thought you was gonna say. I thought you was gonna say what we don't know about cornfields because we from the city is that because they had them cornfields, the aliens be on farmersonly.com looking at the profile of the farmers. Like, this is somebody we going to abduct right here. How about this one? No, it's like that one. You don't think that they can be on farmersonly.com? Like, nah, not. Yeah, let's get this one. Ain't nobody going to believe him. Let's take this one on up. You want
what
you want to play the? They not related, but Bush was friends with his father though. Oh, you mean nah? They
what?
I think
They're
she's
not
saying that
related,
the
but
guy
Bush
who
was friends.
shot.
Was you saying it was his people's? Is she saying it ain't? It wasn't. So,
Yeah,
right.
I've seen the family tree.
It's Google or Ancestry or something like that. But yeah, he said
the family tree.
I mean, he said some good shit, but it's always people in boonies that get snatched. It's never in the city or anywhere where a lot of telephone poles or towers. I don't, a lot of it is. I'm pretty sure people that got hit. I don't know. People probably got hit in the city, but most of the time, what they gonna come land and all that light. So a lot of times it is. But go ahead.
I disagree with you, Vibe, and I think we get abducted all the time, but we be so into our phones, we don't even know it happened. I mean, we can't stop texting to drive our car. We want to change songs while we driving our car. We answer the phone while we driving our car. We so distracted, it can happen to us, and we won't even know it. And that's a sad fact. I mean, if you in the cornfields with nothing to do, you don't have cable, all you have is a book, some firewood, and the same ugly woman to look at every day. Yeah, you looking forward to getting abducted next Thursday night at 8 p.m. You know what I mean? But if you got your cell phone, you ready to watch the Lakers versus the Clippers, and you looking down and you on Facebook and Instagram and everything else.
Yeah. Have you ever,
just like these kids? My kids do not look. I could call my kids for an hour.
Right.
And by the time I'm yelling at them, why are you yelling at me, Dad? Because I was saying your name like a human being for an hour.
Right. But look,
you didn't pay any attention.
Here's the thing. Anybody could just ask themselves, have you ever said to yourself, damn, where'd time go? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever just, damn, time went by fast. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that say they get took, they come in the same time. The technology that nobody understands what they may have above us. It's only the fact that they get to us and we can't get to them. That's one of the major people in the city get abducted by the police. See, OG Steve.
Yeah,
that's right, OG. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
But hey, like I say, a lot of people that's how they feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the homie OG Steve. He a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Allerton in the house. You know what I'm saying? He like to fuck with me on Instagram. He be posting a little picture. But in their mind, they think, Goob, I can't wait until they see it. When they see it for themselves, man, please just say, that nigga Goob did say that shit. Boy, they sure hit me with this. I hope there's 3 views.
Absolutely. 3 at a time at 8:55.
Yeah.
Man. Have we been able to get Ark in yet?
Ark, I don't know. You have to add either your mic or your well, since you didn't add it to either your video or your mic. That's what it keeps saying on my side. I see you coming in, but when I hit it, it's not letting me open it up. But I want to finish because he goes into something different. And then I want to get to the James, because I got a couple videos that came out last month.
Maybe while it's playing, you can help him help Ark get into the show while the video is playing. You can help him with the technical difficulty.
Ark right there, just try back again. I see you in the background. But you just got to add your video or your audio. I mean, your headphone.
Machinations against black leadership to discredit undermine, embarrass, and even kill those leaders who stood up to amend the condition that 310 years of chattel slavery and 100 years of free slavery produced. That which the FBI has done against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, black leaders, and black organizations, again, is well documented. It was the FBI who planned and engineered the split between Malcolm X and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It was the FBI and its agents that engineered the murder of Martin Luther King Jr. It was the FBI and its agents that engineered the destruction of the Panther Party and the killing of members in the Panther Party. It was the FBI and its agents that engineered the destruction of the Nation of Islam after the departure of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in 1975. It was the FBI that planned and engineered the struggle in the courts to weaken the nation from within and to deprive the Muslims of that which their hard-earned dollars had gained in property through probate court disputes. It was the FBI's plan to promote division among the ministers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad after his departure, that the Nation of Islam would never, ever rise again. And now that I and those with me are working night and day to rebuild the work of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as a means of reforming our people and transforming their lives into lives of service and usefulness to themselves and others. The same fear of the government that was seen in times past when Dr. Martin Luther King made an innocuous, simple speech saying, "I have a dream." The next day, the FBI said he was the most dangerous black man in America, not because he was actually dangerous, but because he was wielding influence over black people that white people did not want him to wield. My dear beloved brothers and sisters, the fear of the government that was seen in times past is now seen again because of Louis Farrakhan's growing popularity and influence among black people in America.
I tried, bro, but you know what I'm saying? I was on the UFO, it kind of went to the left. You know, I get them, but that would go with any, no disrespect to they preaching and all that, that just doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to, I don't even go to church.
I understand. Yeah.
But I got this video that I want to show you that came out in January. We can go on the other side of that. There's no more speaking. He spoke on that, but I do want to get him with his talk with Jaime Maussan. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to make a note. I want you to make a mental note just in your mind for a later conversation between me and you when he says that it was the FBI that caused the rift between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. Just remember that, and we'll just, and I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later because you asked me who. You asked me who and why I felt that way, and then I'll spit that game to you later on in the just me and you having a conversation. I don't want to get shot. I don't want to get shot.
Look. I want you to look at this video. You see this little triangle right there?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I mean, it's in the middle of the screen.
走。那个有一些那条是红色的。彩霞。这个也很难解释。右转那个右转的。老白，你说路上。哎，你看这个彩霞。
我一看还是个。What you think? You see that in the sky with the cloud? If you notice, can you see the bottom clouds going past it?
Yeah, and in the upper right-hand corner, you can kind of see an amber light next to the
Right.
Goob show sign. You can kind of see a little light coming out of the cloud.
Yeah, that's strange, man. That it's just
Amazing.
triangle like that. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting in the
Amazing.
sky.
Mm-hmm.
而且它是在云的上面了，你看云倒吹过去，对这个三角形都没影响，都透。对，云都是透的，就很清晰啊。
这就是那个
是不是外星人的飞机嘛？
科幻片里边的一个飞船。你有发言权吗
Can you see it now? How the clouds is going past?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
What's good with you, Bernie Smith? Appreciate you.
我是皮毛，我只能听他们说。
电解管的地方更高。
这是航空，我是航天。真的是。应该都走大运了。我拍到了。我也拍到了。我刚才一直看不到。这就是华为的力量。
Man, that is weird.
我现在真的好清楚啊。
All right, I'm gonna pause that and then come back to it. What you think about that triangle, man? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That was weird because when you see a fake video, it's kind of like, but that one, even in the clouds, the depth perception, you couldn't do. At first, it looked like a triangle, and then it started looking like an actual pyramid for a minute. Like you couldn't tell if it was a flat bottom surface you were looking at, or if it was actually a stand-up straight pyramid going across something in you know, yeah. See, they
they hitting with
now. They heard you say you needed views, and they trying to grant your wish. Don't need them views.
We don't need them views. I don't know what happened to Archangel. He ain't been back in here. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure what happened.
So yeah, with that one, it definitely. At first, I thought I was looking at a triangle for sure, but then when it flew past the camera, it looked like it was a pyramid. And then when the other camera, or if it was the same phone or whatever, got directly up under it, it looked like a flat. Yeah.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back so you can.
Okay.
Just tell me what you're talking about.
He said he's still here trying to get in.
Oh, okay. Tell me when to stop.
Okay, you see. All right, stop. You gotta run it back just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, you see the amber lighting. Play it a little bit. You'll see the amber lighting next to the Goob show.
I'm gonna just play without the sound.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Right there?
Yes, you see the amber lighting. Keep it going.
Right there.
Yeah, keep playing it. Yeah, right there in the corner. There's the amber lighting. Now you looking at this and you're like, this is definitely one of those classically shaped triangle UFOs that you hear about, just like Rendlesham Forest. Forest.
Did you see that? Did you see that flash like a lightning?
Yeah, absolutely. Vibin is asking, what city was this in that you got this video from?
This is in Hong Kong. I'm gonna have to put it down in the description, man. Shout out to UFO Sightings Daily, where I got this from, man. He has a lot of videos, man. Y'all can subscribe to his channel, man. Check him out. Yeah, but that's a crazy video right there. Like I say,
look at it. It looks like a. It don't look really like a triangle. It looks more like a.
until you get there.
It looks like a right. It looks like a pyramid, and now it looks back like a triangle. You know what I mean? Like, is it?
But a pyramid is a triangle, basically. You know what I'm saying? It can be
a pyramid is a pyramid is a multi-sided triangle.
Right.
So there's
but if you
the triangle is just a triangle. A triangle. A pyramid is.
But if you can go
three-sided or four-sided,
I feel what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? And now you're looking at something that directionally,
but mathematically, all L's is gonna make it is part of a triangle. If you get two, you know what I'm saying?
Right. But
two L's and run them.
If we arguing like you said, we talked before. I asked you, do you think these things are planetary or are these things interdimensional? And you said, I think they both. Now, if this thing, we started looking at a triangle, and then all of a sudden we looking at a pyramid, then when this thing is flying, it probably ain't transferred all the way through its wormhole yet. You see what I'm saying? We was probably looking at the start of it, and then seeing the whole thing converge.
What up with you, Stan?
That theorem, if you basing it on that one.
Okay, vibing.
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on, vibing. It says one of your devices isn't connected, either your mic or your video. But
vibing
you're in the back.
I
mean, Archangel.
Arc.
Yeah, Arc is in the background, but one of his devices is not connected. I was saying that because vibing was telling them how to do it.
Yeah, I saw.
Right here.
Do you have a standalone mic, Arc, or are you using the mic on your device?
What did he say? Look what New Zealand say.
Yeah, New Zealand. We covered the Betty and Barney Hill like episode 2 of the Clone Wars. I love that you're coming in with this emphasis. See, this is what we need with blood. Betty and Barney Hill. I love that. We talked about them, and
definitely.
And they actually, Betty and Barney Hill, they just brought Betty's dress back out like 2 years ago and retested the DNA on her dress, and they still have not been able to match the liquids on her dress that they found from years ago that they said, she said, these are stains from what they used. You know what I mean? She was like, these are the stains they left from the equipment that they used. They tested it. It came back inconclusive. And they pulled the dress out and they tested it again. And they still don't know. All they know is that the chemicals that were found on her dress don't come from Earth.
Yeah, that's a crazy story.
They not from here.
But you know what? You know, it was a trip is when I first moved out here to AZ. I used to ask people, I say, man, do y'all believe in the Phoenix Lights? And people were like, nah. I was like, man, you stayed in Arizona. You didn't. It was all over the news of it coming across the skies. I mean, you don't believe it all. You know, if they didn't see it, they won't believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
They believed it. I think what happened is that the ridicule that occurred afterwards, because a lot of the people who came out and said that they saw the Phoenix Lights, dude, they got shamed. You know what I'm saying? And not by other Arizonans.
The world. And now members.
Oh, hold on. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to start this because
it's all good.
The Jaime Maussan one. I just want you to get to that because he spoke about it. He kind of comes back, but
sorpresa habla abiertamente del fenómeno extraterrestre. Nos dice no solamente que es una verdad, sino que es inevitable y que el mundo muy pronto conocerá de esta extraordinaria realidad.
It has been a secret, above top secret, in the United States and in governments around the world. But more recently, governments have decided to expose to their populace the reality of the existence of these so-called unidentified flying objects.
Do you think it's time now to let everybody know about this? Are we ready for this?
Whether those in power think it's time or not is immaterial or irrelevant, because these wheels are now being seen over the major cities. And when human beings of intelligence can look up and see these phenomenon, or this phenomena, how can you keep hiding it in the midst of thousands upon thousands of people now seeing them? And in this modern age of technology, with recording instruments in a telephone that is now in the hands of millions and billions of people, then when they show up, the people film it. So now, what can you say now? You could say it was swamp gas yesterday. You could say it was a balloon. You could say it was all these explain away techniques of masterful liars and artful deceivers. But today, it is time. And now it is being made manifest. So somebody has to answer the question, what are they? Why are they there? Why have they been over all of the atomic installations, not only in America, but all over the world? Why has the power from these so-called unidentified flying objects been able to nullify the power of rockets to go up in case there is an atomic warfare? The power that these machines exercise, which America has not fully seen yet. I think it is more than time that the populace of our planet should know where these wheels are from, what their real purpose is, who is behind it all. Then the people can either accept it or reject it.
Are you in your position going to ask the American government to open the files like other countries have done around this extraterrestrial or so-called wheels phenomenon? What is going to be the official position of Islam in the United States?
It doesn't make any difference to me whether they open them or don't open them, because it's going to be so evident. These wheels will be seen by the American people by the millions in a few days. So whether they open the files or not, how can you continue to lie in the face of the people seeing with their eyes what you have been trying to hide? I heard the other day, and I don't know how true this is, that Hillary Clinton wanted the files to be destroyed. I don't know the truth of that. But if they destroy all of their files, they can't destroy the wheels. So it makes no difference to me. I wouldn't care whether they said it or said it not. I know the truth of it, and soon the American people will know the truth of it. And if Mexico is willing to show what she knows, and France is willing to show it, Russia is willing, China is willing, well, that's the whole world. So America's gonna stand by and still act like it doesn't exist? Why would you take such a silly, unscientific, foolish position? Because you are the boss of the world, and you don't want anybody to think that you don't have the intelligence, the technology, the firepower to cope with what is above your head. And I'll say this, dear brother, in conclusion, First, I want to thank you from the depth of my heart for what you have been doing all these years. And I'm sure you have had your share of suffering and rejection and mockery and scorn. But who can mock you now? Who can reject you now? Who can say that Dr. Mausan didn't know what he
Who can say that now?
was talking about when the whole world now is talking about it? So on behalf of the Muslims and on behalf of all of those who will view your plenary session by webcast that we will send all over the world, thousands here will see it, but hopefully millions will see your presentation, God willing, on tomorrow. And so the more that hear, the more that see, the more will know that you always have been telling the truth as you knew it. May God bless you, continue to bless you, and protect you, and all those who are willing to stand up for truth. This is our perspective.
You feel me? And that's why I like that one so much, because he says it at the end. You know what I'm saying? And Jaime Maussan, Ark is still trying to get in. It is something that he's not connecting to. I don't know. Vibin is trying to talk to him and see what he has, a phone, but he keeps coming. What you think about that part of it, of what he said?
What does a man that has everything, a loving family, millions of followers, the respect of his peers, known as a global leader, have to gain from coming out and making that announcement? Because we know he has everything to lose if somebody wanted to just call him crazy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot to be the de facto leader of most Black people and people who have some damn sense about an individual's wherewithal, even if you don't believe with his religious indoctrination.
Exactly.
His wherewithal and what he believes about who we are as Black people. If you agree with just that and how we should carry ourselves as kings and queens, if you just even believe that part, you can lose. He can lose you if you don't believe in the otherworldly.
Right.
And so he's taking a very large risk, a huge gamble, by coming out and saying, not only do I believe in this, not only have I seen it, but I have experienced it and stepped on the ship and communicated with these beings, and they brought me home safely. Sans anal probe, with the homie who was asking about the rednecks and anal probe. Farrakhan didn't get anal probe.
OG Steve.
OG Steve.
OG Steve. Yeah. But the way he was saying it when he was saying it to Maussan, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you don't believe it's up there and you trying to deny it, people, you're not going to be able to stop it no matter where you tear up the files or stop trying to tell people not to talk about it.
Okay, he said that to Maussan. He said that to Maussan. Let me give you the backstory on that.
Hold on, let's go back to it.
Okay, go for it.
Hold on, let me turn it off. Let me go back to that one. All right, tell me where. Let's start.
But he talked about people not believing him. We said that they don't believe
reality of the existence of these so-called unidentified flying objects.
So I'll turn it down. You just let me
It's
know.
time now to let everybody know about this. Are we ready for this?
Whether those in power think it's time or not.
And see, that's where I want to cut it off, because that's why I think about our government, that they trying to sugarcoat it, throw it under the ground, and he's saying the same thing I've been saying for years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they not talking about it, or they hiding it, or if things are going across the sky, every plane that goes past another tower, they know that plane is in the sky. You telling me what's flying in the sky and going past the tower? They don't see it. It's cloaked. It's whatever. But
Is
that's why I want to speak on.
immaterial or irrelevant, because these wheels are now being seen over the major cities. And when human beings of intelligence
so it's a little bit further beyond this point where he says,
and see these phenomena.
They believe you. They got to believe you now. They didn't believe you before. They got to believe you now. That part.
Okay.
How can you keep hiding it in the midst of?
See, that's what I want to talk about, is when the government is trying to hide it, knowing that people. So what you do is you make people think they crazy or they a fool,
right?
Because we're seeing it. So until a person actually sees it.
So let's put this into context. So in 2014.
Here we go. Arcus, you in the background, bro. I cannot bring you up for whatever. Let me put the link back out there, man. Try the link again.
I want to say it was around 2014. Some people was going through this film footage from an estate sale, right? They was going through some film footage through an estate sale, and they saw this film, and they couldn't figure out what's up, get 'em Jank. They couldn't figure out what this image was on this piece of film. So they cleaned it up. They cleaned it up. They sent it to Kodak. Kodak said, this footage is good. This is authentic footage.
Right.
They thought it was an alien baby.
Hold on.
They thought it was an alien.
Okay.
They thought it was an alien baby. So now the dude that found it, he was just a photographer who was doing a documentary on how good this Kodak film was.
Right.
But when he started sharing it, some people in the UFO world got a hold of it, and they kind of got overly zealous about it, and they started pushing it. We got evidence of a UFO and of an alien baby, right? We got evidence of an alien baby, but it was something at the bottom that they couldn't zoom in on. They couldn't zoom in on the imagery at the bottom, and this alien baby was in this glass case, right? So they hook up with Jaime Maussan because he's the only person that will review this documentary. They spend millions of dollars to premiere this documentary. Jaime Maussan put all this money in it to be the person who premieres this documentary. Then they hit the brakes because somebody came back and they said you can't show this as a alien baby. And they somebody showed that the bottom was the picture was actually, they was able to zoom in and read what it said at the case. It said mummified fetus or something like that.
Right.
And it kind of blew the lid off of everything, and it kind of made Jaime look bad. It made the UFO community look bad. So
this is the part that you're talking about. Let me go back to it. and go up so people understand what you're talking about.
Thousands of people.
Oh, hold on, this is here.
That the populace of our planet be destroyed. And France is willing to show it, Russia is willing, China is willing. Well, that's the whole world. So America's gonna stand by and still act like it doesn't exist? Why would you take such a silly, unscientific, foolish position? Because you are the boss of the world, and you don't want anybody to think that you don't have the intelligence, the technology, the firepower to cope with what is above your head. And I'll say this, dear brother, in conclusion. First, I want to thank you from the depth of my...
Hey, Armani, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Armani.
Appreciate it's still a little ways up, huh? But, you know, it's people that's coming in after. I'm still play it over again because what he says, but I know where you're trying to go to.
Right.
It's right when he gives
Who can reject you now? Who can say that Dr. Mausan didn't know what he was talking about when the whole world now is talking about it? So on behalf of the Muslims and on behalf of all of those who will view your plenary session by webcast that we will send all over the world, thousands here will see it, but hopefully...
So you're talking about that when he was giving him his props.
I'm trying to make sure I get you the right article. Hold on.
A fool. Oh, well, you know, we don't went past an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Hold on. We good. You know, I got to take an intermission.
Yeah. Go for it. Take the intermission.
I told you I wanted to give you this while you looking for that, and we'll come back and get back on the Faircon because I still got a couple more UFO videos. But in between halftime, I always want to promote some music. I like this young nigga, Yellow Hill, Don't Know Army or whatever. But I was looking at one of his songs, and up in the corner, it's got Pomona written in it. And so I just started listening to the song. He reminded me, it's crazy how I got the attachment, like with Nipsey. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Young, you know, because I was those type of niggas. Young, skinny, light-skinned nigga that didn't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And was right. That's why it took me to Nipsey. I bump his shit all the time. This new young nigga right here, don't know him. He from Marvin Garden, the West Side, but he's rolling down the street where my sister staying in the same neighborhood where he's rolling down. I know it by the houses, but I'm gonna just do this on a little halftime. We're gonna come back. You can send me whatever you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm on mute so I could call you real quick.
Been so complacent, I'm working in different places. I'm trying to practice my patience. I'm running from Satan. Lord, please help me. Summertime, wintertime, gangsters with the semi. Looking for competition, I can't see nobody. Low rider shotguns, going kill somebody. Wicked streets in West LA, I got connects all in the bay. If you see me up in traffic, say what's up or let it spray. Pull up on a motherfucking rich nigga. I got some blood homies, but I'm fucking with my crip niggas. Yeah, ballin' like a motherfucking bitch, nigga. House parties get shot the fuck up cause we trip, nigga. All my hoes crazy, I don't fuck with bitches if they basic. I don't earn my khakis, I don't shop at Old Navy. Chillin' on Pico, that's the block that raised me. Dog pound gangsters bumpin' while a nigga shaded. I don't know why they tryna kill a G. Fully automatic for my enemies. Take a couple shots of that Hennessy. Shoot a nigga, then I fly to the Philippines. It's 2017, but it feel like 99. Dog pound gangsters, I'm feeling like it's time. Yeah, nigga, we gon' ride. West side niggas, yeah,
to my end day. Stand on your own too, it's just the man way. I like for self-destruction, what my mama say, cause we just started banging the gang where the rent paid. The game of life no different than Monopoly, you out of bounds, getting taxed on this property. The only difference is we don't own it. We hustle to stack bands just to give it back and blow it. I made a few mistakes, time to double back, guys on out on $100,000 bill, family bosses, I told you. These little niggas got the game fucked up. You living day to day, just running off luck. Making choices as a youth that leave your dough stuck. Man, see, cut ain't gon' tell you what's up. Misery loves company, and that ain't love. I put that on my blue rag and the man above. Smart temper.
On a motherfucking rich nigga. I got some blood homies, but I'm fucking with my crip niggas. Yeah, ballin' like a motherfucking bitch, nigga. House parties get shot the fuck up cause we trip, nigga. It's 2017, but it feel like 99. Dog pound gangsters, I'm feeling like it's time. Yeah, nigga, we gon' ride. West side niggas, yeah, they always down to ride. Burning rubber in the 6, that's just the life that I chose. Word on wheels, max him out like it's 94. No love for a Susie that ain't checking the dough. She tripping on the IG, she see me cheat and explode. Whoa, riding in my motherfucking Lolo. Bouncing in that bitch, hydraulics like a pogo. Rap niggas, you all so-so. I do it all for Lil Brookie, rest in peace to Baby O. Be draped up in designer, Eve Saint in the fit. Had to hop the neighbor's gate when I crashed my new Bentley. Stashed the burner in the cocoa by the tree off of Kinley. Then hit the main block and call.
My bad. I try to give you your thing, but if you're gonna fuck off my live with your music, you get this skipping on me. I got to take you off. So if you don't see that,
what happened? Is that what happened?
It was starting to skip like it was finna go out. You know, sometimes they'll hit you with that copyright right in the middle of your live, homie, playing people shit. So I learned my lesson. I give, but homie, he got a nice flow to him, homie. He in my mix. I'm gonna go back to it because it was, kind of skipping. So I'm gonna go to the next song because obviously that was gonna hit. But anyway, let's get back to what he was saying if you want, or we can hit that song.
We can keep it moving. We can keep it moving. Ark said it was blocking his mic and his camera.
I seen that.
That's true. We're gonna have to jump. We're gonna have to bring you in on either the next one or whatever. It's all good.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
It ain't the first time we had technical difficulties on the show. Remember one time I was just sitting there. A couple times I was just sitting there by myself. So it ain't the first time.
All right. I just went and did something in the mic. Ark, if you want to try it one more time. I tried to go in the background. Maybe that's what I needed to do. But you can try it. What about the YouTube? Because if you hit the link that's in my if you're trying to go in through YouTube, hit the link that I sent to you in the chat. I'm gonna send it again in the chat. Just click on that link and try to go through that way. It'll bring you through StreamYard, and StreamYard will tell you to hook up your mic and your camera. So just hit that link above. Man, they be cutting my phone on. I have everything off. Hey, but yeah. Oh boy, be banging though. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But
that was nice.
It started skipping. That's the only reason I took it off. I want to play the rest of it. He got another song that I like too. I just like how he formulate the whole hood shit in his rap, man. And shout out to S-Bone, man. He don't know I look at his show and shit, but he had put it on his show. I would have never knew about Goob. But he had played a song on his show. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, homie sound good. Let me, Google, let me YouTube. Homie, I've been on this shit since. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got hooked into Nipsey. I didn't know nothing about Nipsey, homie. You know what I'm saying? Until one of them Slauson tapes, somebody had told me something about it, man. I Googled the Slauson, and I've been on that nigga since then. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you learn about people, man. I've been always computer literate, but I want to show you.
My cousin is his. My cousin was his producer.
Right.
Nipsey. My cousin produced for Nipsey. Rollo Styles.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm everywhere. You can't escape me. I'm everywhere.
Hey, look at this. I showed you that one video.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna show you this one. This object going across the sky, and you just tell me what you think this is. Hold on. I need to take us both out. The sound. A different angle. See it in the background?
Yes.
You can't see it. Back there, right there. So that's from like 3 different angles of somebody seeing it. I got this one. I'll bring that one up in a minute. But what you think about that going across the sky? That's why I say something that's going across the sky that fast, you're telling me it's not going to pass no tower, no airport, no tower, no nothing. Where the tower can't say, hey, don't land your plane. It's something coming fast across here.
I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what that was.
What was it? Go ahead.
That was the Great Space Coaster. I think I don't know.
Yeah, me fool.
Wait. First of all,
see,
you can tell that was going at a speed that clearly. I mean, when you get that type of luminescence, you traveling fast. If you can tell, that had no light on it. When you see planes, you can see a light on the wing, a light on the wing. You can see them, blinking. That whole thing was a light.
Right.
So that means either you are.
He said Space Ghost, fool.
That was Space Ghost. That was Space Ghost. That might have been my tour. That could have been Transor Z. That could have been Gigantor. That could have been anyone.
But you know how much of that stuff, and that's what that tripped me out. You know how much of that stuff fly over us all the time, but we don't. If you're moving too fast, you never really look up. I guarantee you,
it's more phone. If you're looking at your phone, that's the danger of the digital age, is that we are allowing life to pass us by, and I can't blame. I could sum up the problems with the Black community and transfer that into the rest of the world in 2 movies: Hollywood Shuffle and I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Hollywood Shuffle, Robert Townsend has an acting school for Black men that's ran by a white man. And the white man teaches these Black men how to act Black. And he's like, no, guys. You got to walk like this. And you got to talk like this. What'd it be like? And the Black men go, but we don't talk like that. We talk like regular people. No, but if you talk like regular people, then nobody's going to believe you're tough. What do you mean? This is how we talk. No, you gotta put a little jive. No, you gotta move your arm. And that's what they did to us. And then fake is real. Fake is real. And I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker did that to us. Remember? You got Keenan Ivory Wayne. He's with Shari Headley. She says, I need 12 inches. He's going, ooh. He gets her to the room. I gotta admit, I don't have 12 inches. She said, don't worry about it. These are my eyelashes. My eyes ain't green. This ain't my hair. These ain't my nails. These ain't my tits. This ain't my ass. In fact, these ain't my legs. Nigga, don't make me hop after you. This is our problem right now. Make it real. And we got to figure out how to eject the fakeness, because between the Snapchat filters, the Instagram, and the Facebook, my generation don't even go to reunions no more. A reunion for my generation is a Facebook Messenger group. They don't even see each other in person no more. So it ain't no way you're going to go outside and have a life change. When you see a UFO outside, I have. That is a life-changing experience, because it lets you know that your place in the universe is different, because it lets you know that it's bigger than just this ball of dirt that we stand on.
Right.
And when you can't have that experience because you stuck in the matrix, it's a problem, because now you got the world passing you by. And then the other problem is the only information that you receiving is the information that they giving you.
Right, but
organic information.
Most motherfuckers that's in the was crazy. Most people that's in the cities, they moving so fast. Looking up is not in you know what I'm saying, they genre, because they look up and get towed down. So who's to look up when you facing? I gotta look straight. I gotta look in front of me. You know what I'm saying, or behind me or whatever.
Tell me what you can do. Tell me what you can do.
They say it ain't working, man.
Tell me what a woman needs to spend $10,000 per injection on a butt injection for. I don't need it. Let's take that 10 grand per injection and let's buy some land. So if something go down, we have something to build off of, and let's go grow some collard greens, and let's grow some, make sure we got some black eyed peas on deck, and make sure we got some fruit, and make sure we got some fruit trees, so we can make sure these children got food, make sure these grandchildren got food. So if we do end up messing around with something that ain't friendly,
right,
we got some place to go. Right. And that's really my main worry, is that when this enlightenment period come, we not gonna be ready, because we still gonna be looking at, man, she making them clap, and we all getting blown up while we watching them clap. We watching them butt cheeks clap, and everybody's getting served when we should be building. And none of them chicks look like they look in person.
Right. Hey, what did you see? You send me? You want to talk about?
Oh, we were talking about the brother from Mexico. Yeah. So I was telling you the people from Kodak. The people from Kodak said, "Oh yeah, this is authentic. This is authentic footage that's period authentic from the year of Roswell." So the only article that I could pull up was from the Daily Mail of UK. It was Roswell ET photo is a mummified boy. Researcher unmasked image that claimed to show alien life beyond doubt. So these people did a whole documentary about this film that they found that happened to be near Roswell. And this piece of film had a mummified body in a glass case. And it had some words that they couldn't make out. They couldn't zoom in and make out.
Right.
So they took it down to Mexico to Jaime for the premiere. And then somebody said, you can't show that. You can't show that because it's not an alien. It's actually a little boy. They was able to enlarge it and see that it was a mummified boy. And so he caught a lot of heat for that. And the people who invested the documentary caught a lot of heat for that, because they said it was a scam. So later it was maybe this was a mummified boy, or maybe it was a mummified alien, and maybe people didn't want it to hit, and they just put that on there. You know what I'm saying? It was maybe they put that on there because in the UFO community, bless you, there's a lot of haters. Everybody want to be the first person to drop the bomb on the Holy Grail.
Right. You see what he say? I want to know. You got to say so bad if George Norrie could have his, you could add his. That's why I could push to a black person, brothers. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we gonna make sure you get in. We gonna make sure you get in on the channel, because we done talked about you being on here for the longest. So when Farrakhan say they gonna believe you now, because once the footage of the Nimitz and everything came out, it was like they can't keep denying it now that people looking up and they able to see it, because that brother has such a following in Mexico that he took a hit and other people took a hit, and it was people in the UFO community that was helping to hit him. Like, we told you he was scamming people. We told you he was, because they was hating so hard. Like, this guy can't be the guy that released the first footage of an alien body. You know what I'm saying? So then it became a fight over maybe somebody.
It'll make you look at it even if you're not paying attention. Why? The lights sprinkle out so your eye can catch it even if you're looking down. Hey, I don't know. When we seen what we seen out here, I don't know what made my wife look up into that direction, but she just called me like, look. And we seen them 3 orbs come for at least 20 minutes.
It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible.
Oh shit!
Bless you. It's in the Bible that you can. It's in the Bible that you can call orbs to you. And as a matter of fact, there's a YouTube video of a brother that's talking to a reporter, and the reporter's laughing at him. Oh, you said you can call these orbs to you, and then he, the reporter was like, but in 5 minutes, here they come, and he was like, yeah, I call them to me. You know what I mean? And I could do this whenever I want to. You see what I'm saying? So it's there, but again, you have to be able to. This goes back to your point about people in the rural areas versus people in the city area. It's about your enlightenment and your enlightenment being challenged. If you have the constant enlightenment, Yahweh ben Yahweh, I met that brother. If you have the enlightenment which is within you, if you know who you are, then you will find out that you are capable of doing a lot of amazing things. But the best thing to do is to take your ability to know who you are. And the first thing they did was buck breaking. The moment they got us over here, they raped the male slaves. They raped them. They tied them up to the
I was reading Archangel. I was reading Archangel when you was talking. He just said the reporter mind's blown. But go ahead.
And they raped them. You know what I'm saying? To let them know that they weren't the men in that particular equation. Do you remember that Catholic scholar come out and said when they arrive, he will be the one speaking to them because he speaks their language? Man, brother, let me tell you something.
That Catholic scholar came out and said, see.
Yeah, I wouldn't let the Catholic Church speak to anybody. I wouldn't let the Catholic Church speak to anybody, because anybody who say that they represent God on earth and they want you to call them father and they want you to call their nuns mother, and then they don't engage in sex, and then they engage in sex with little people, that's a problem for me.
Right.
That's a problem for me. And then when you say that slavery was ordained by the Bible, because in Genesis it says that God says, I ransom Africa for you. And it is in Genesis. In Genesis, it does say, I ransom Africa for you. And the Pope took that to mean that slavery was okay. I wouldn't trust the Vatican to wipe my ass.
He said who who taught them that language is
I understand, but what you have to I understand, but the Vatican is out of Rome, right? The Vatican is out of Rome, and we understand that the Romans went to Jerusalem and they raided everything out of Jerusalem. And most of the stuff that was in Jerusalem came out of Egypt, where the pyramids were. You got to remember, there was no such thing as Christians, and there was no such thing as Muslims at that time. There was Hebrews, there were Hittites, and there was the Egyptians. That's who it was. So if they was taking things out of Jerusalem, then they was taking things out of Egypt, and they was taking things out of Ethiopia, which means that's where they learned the language from, if they learned the language. We would know the language if Napoleon and people like that didn't go and just start blowing stuff up the moment they saw things. In fact, It was just in the news 2 weeks ago that the African countries are fighting to get everything that the British government plundered out of Africa over the years. But if they did that, Great Britain would lose a lot of its wealth, because the Queen got a lot of her wealth from all the plundering they did over in Africa.
Right.
You know, back
but
when
you
they
know,
said,
hey, you know, you do know that there is a saying, everything comes back around.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so whatever they did thousands of years ago, it may take it 1,000 to 1,500, but it's going to come back around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's and the reason I say that, and I do want to say on this platform, that let Russia cross over into Ukraine. Let China back Russia. Let the United States and all its allies protect Ukraine. We're going to see more shit in the sky.
Absolutely.
To stop whatever dumb shit somebody on one of these sides want to do. Because it's not going to affect either. It's a no-win situation. If you want to go deep, somebody's got to stop, or there's no end to it. It's just like in any hood fighting. You can go all the way down to the bottom of hood fighting. If it don't stop, or somebody's just going to keep killing and killing on each side. But now we're talking about nuclear weapons, or, as you say, no nuclear weapon, but atomics.
Right.
That's where I think they coming down to say, hey, what y'all about to do, nigga, it's gonna fuck off this whole planet and everything around it. You know what I'm saying? This is another video I just want to play while we getting on. We can come back, but you can see the bright orbs in another triangle because they don't move.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What happens when they figure out that them ain't real blocks on the pyramid?
Wait, hold on. Let me get you back up here, because I wanted to go into that before, because I did kind of want to ask you that. What do you think the pyramids are? Because I have something that I think there's something different, and the reason why I'll say it is because I've always spoken of it.
Okay, go ahead. Why don't you say what you think? Go ahead. Speak on it, brother. It's your show.
I think the thought of the 3 pyramids of Giza, because they're aligned as well as Orion's belt, there's more to them. Then you just want to say it's a bunch of blocks that make a point at the top. You see what I'm saying? There's more to that. There's more reason why they're built. That's not a tomb of something bigger.
Are you willing to go as far as to say that's how they landed?
That there could be some evidence of
that saying that's on them, and that saying that's on them is just a covering for preservation. Let me tell you. Let me ask you. Let me pose this.
Vibing facts. Everything is three pyramids, Orion's belt, and 3 wise men. Yeah, 3 wise men. Look at the cross. Jesus was on the cross. There's 3 nails in him. You know what I'm saying? His feet are together and 3 on the side. Everything is under the Trinity. I know that.
Let's just make it simpler. Let's just make it simpler than that.
Go ahead.
You pulling blocks up that are 5 tons each.
I hold on. Let me stop him there. I do believe listen, all the pyramids on this whole earth, they're all the same. How did every different continent get the same knowledge and never was a part of each other at the beginning? But everything is 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 years old, built in Mexico, built in Egypt, all these pyramids all over the earth. How did everybody at the same time or within their, if they didn't have the flight, the travel light to get from continent to continent, so they all matched by something higher that came down and spoke to certain places at certain times and gave them the same knowledge that you couldn't have got unless you got on the plane to get to. You can't know about LA until you fly from New York or New Orleans and go into LA and actually find out how the hell it is. I can't go to Texas or know anything about Texas or New Orleans or Louisiana unless I've dropped in a plane and found out about their culture, how they live. You know what I'm saying? Or going to New York. I don't know how New York nigga live. Never been there. I don't know how they projects. I can say about Chicago. Been there. I know what their projects look like. I know what their streets. You know what I'm saying? So I think they all attach the same way. What you think?
Like I said,
listen, I guarantee you if we would continue with the bricks, most of theirs cut off at the top. But if you continue with the bricks up, it would have went to a point. I guarantee you if you measured that square, if you kept going up with the bricks, what do you think? I think so. They just didn't make them in a point. They're no different. They're still a pyramid. They still look exactly like a pyramid that's in Egypt. They're all the same. It's just taking the pyramid in Egypt and taking the last 2 top layers off.
Well, the Aztec pyramids don't go into a point, but in Egypt they do have step pyramids that are the same as the Aztec step pyramids. They have step pyramids in Egypt and the Aztec pyramids. But here's my question to you. If we just gonna break all this down, we could just make it very simple.
No, there's another one. There's another one in Mexico. There's one in a little city of Mayacat, Mexico. I can't think of the name of it, the actual. But it's exactly aligned like the 3 pyramids of Giza, but it's in Mexico, and they do not have points on their pyramid. If I could bring it up right now, they don't have points on them pyramids as well. But those pyramids, those 3 pyramids that are all aligned to Orion's belt. So it's the same significance.
So we got into that, but I just want to my point really quick.
Was they doing the sacrifices over the top? They were trying to get closer to something.
I mean, we don't really have
I don't know.
We don't really have many records. of sacrifice because the Spanish conquistadors wiped out a lot of historic books. I mean, that was a European thing, was to wipe out. When they killed the indigenous people, they burned most of the libraries. So a lot of the indigenous cultures, the written word died. But what I will say is this: if you are going to carry a 5-ton block, which you have to use manpower to do, you would need rope.
I think he's talking about, get him, Jay. I think you're talking about something different because all pyramids were different. You know, some of them didn't, and some of them were worshiping. I mean, that was all religion. All religion is the same thing. I'm saying how they got the knowledge to build, what they built, everything after what they built. Man, there's nobody tell them what to do with it after they built it. Yeah, you could have killed a whole bunch of people off them pyramids after they told you how to build the pyramid. They didn't give a fuck what you did with it. That's like somebody telling.
But we gonna kill the game, right? But we gonna kill the game right now. We gonna
landing plateau.
Right now. We gonna kill the game right now.
Talk baseball
right now. Can I kill the
Go
game
ahead.
right now? Okay. You got 5-ton blocks, 10-ton blocks. You don't have the equipment to carry those blocks. You know you have to put them in a position where they have to angle and level off. Hold on, before we go into the hold on.
Okay.
This means you had to use rope, right? Right? You had to use rope. If you didn't have the technology, you didn't have a bulldozer. So you had to use the rope to lower it on top of another block.
Yeah.
How did you get the rope out?
It was on the edges. They were saying it's on the
How
edges.
did you get the rope out from between the blocks?
Hey, you got to tell the people that believe in something like that.
From between the blocks.
Right. Or, listen here. Here's another one.
Wait. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I got a block.
Look what the Archangel said. This is what we try to tell them. Hold on.
And I got rope, and I'm trying to lower this block and move it on top of another piece and put it down. I can't just cut the rope because then that block is going to fall and crack. So now I got to sit it on top of this block, but I'm not going to sit it directly on top of this block. I got to surgically, precisely move it a little bit that way and put it down.
Right.
Now, how the hell am I going to get these ropes out from between these 5-ton blocks?
See, but you can't tell.
How am I going to slide these ropes out?
Right.
So why ain't them ropes still there?
See, and I think that's where they got to.
The way that they saying, that means the way that they saying in the textbooks that they built them pyramids is bullshit.
He said, "Look, you can roll them on top of with huge logs. No,
with
what log? With what?
What did you? Okay, okay. Have you ever rolled a log up sand?
There is no way. Look, that's the same thing as trying to. Okay, if you roll them,
elephants you would have to use to roll the log up the sand, and the heavier you are, the more deep into the sand you go. So you would have to have the lightest elephants in the world.
Right.
Exactly. That was my point.
And Archangel said it right here. It's upside down like a diamond. You know what I'm saying? The Giza pyramid. And see, that's what I found out by looking at, they did it was a documentary, and I was telling you about it when they had this little hole inside the pyramid. Nobody, no nothing could get in that little hole. So they had to send a robotic camera through the hole. That's how little
that hole is for. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't know what the hole is for. You know.
There you go, Art. You can't put a credit card. So where's the rope?
Right. It just disintegrated.
The slaves built the pyramids. Okay, so if the Hebrew slaves built the pyramids and the Hebrews are still alive now, because Hitler didn't kill all of them, Whoopi just cleared that up. They should be able to tell us how to build the pyramids.
Right. Huh?
I mean,
but nobody wants to tell us. Everybody wants to tell us. Let's go. I want to get back to back to them saying that the pyramids were used for sacrifices or whatever. I don't think I'm trying to get at is that the knowledge of making pyramids all over the world came from one place that had to use the distance to get to other spaces to tell a person.
I never got to answer that. I mean, I never really got to answer that.
He said he's talking about Mexican pyramids.
Okay, I understand the Mexican pyramid. I understand that. But here's the thing. For me, I have told you guys since the first show, the first thing you got to do is rob a people of their identity so they don't know how to do anything. They've been telling us for years that Black and Mexicans don't know how to do math. Come to find out, guess what? We know math because we done built everything that's miraculous in this world. Right? Now, Whoopi cleared it all up. So here's the thing.
Corey Bird, teleportation.
If you want to prove that people deserve to die, that people deserve the genocide that you are inflicting on them, the first thing that you do is that you prove that they are barbaric and animals. So the indigenous peoples of South and Central America may not have sacrificed anybody, but the victor gets to write history. So they are going to write, we killed these people because they were sacrificing their own women. And if you are raping the women, you are going to say we killed them because they was sacrificing their virgins. But why would I believe you? Because when you got over there, you killed everybody. And everywhere you go, you kill everybody. That they doing the same thing right now. Somebody who ran for president eight years ago just called us super predators. There's a misinformation campaign when people take over. So I don't want to hear, I do not want to hear that people was sacrificing and eating each other, because that is the rudest, most disrespectful piece of shit that I've ever heard, because the person who wrote it ain't the person who did. The person who wrote it is the person that did the killing. And I'm not going to listen to the person that did the killing, because the person that did the killing look exactly like the person that called me and him and everybody in here a super predator. So why would I listen to you about what them people was doing on their pyramid? You ain't gave me no reason in 2,000 years since you wrote your Bible to believe anything your ass say. You didn't use that same book in Central America, South America, the United States, Africa, China, Japan, Norway, Sweden, Spain. You didn't use that same book everywhere to say, this is the way, and if you don't like it, we will kill you. And then you can't just die to go to heaven. You got to pay us every Sunday before you die. Then when you die, you might go to heaven if you did right. It ain't enough just to die.
Preach, young man, preach.
And guess what? You got to pay us for the funeral too. Now, why do I have to pay you? I've been paying you every Sunday for a lifetime membership to this club, and now you won't even bury me? I got to pay you every Sunday, then I got to pay you just to bury me, and then I still might not make it to heaven? You ain't helped me with my bills.
He said it's passed down from the elders.
Wait. Let me hold on, get him, Jank. The elders do not go back as far as the conquistadors, because by the time the conquistadors got through killing the majority of the men and raping the women, you don't have any more pure blood. That's why me and the host look the way we look now. We would look like them. We would look like people from Ghana. If somebody in our family had not been touched. I understand. I understand the codex, but that's the same codex that them white people, I'm sorry, and I don't mean this as racist, but it's the same codex that the white people said we was all gonna die in 2012, and they misread that codex. There was nobody in South America that said we was gonna die in 2012. Them was all white astrologists that said we was gonna die in 2012. And I'm so mad at them. I'm so tired of them giving us doomsday advice
off shit they don't know really what they reading.
They don't know what they
don't know what they really reading.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know.
Because you killed everybody that you reading the information from. Had y'all left them alive, they would be around to tell us what it is. Don't show me on Ancient Aliens that the Aztecs had planes made of gold, but you think it's a plane because you killed them. Now we can't ask.
Right.
You should have left them alive, but you killed them because that gold meant more than their life. And that's a sad situation because gold shouldn't mean more than a life, but it's passed down. And I'm going to take you right back to I'm going to get you, sucker. What he died of? He died OG. OG, what's that? Over gold. It ain't a black thing. Right. You see them here talking about, oh, the black people killing each other over chains. We've been killing over gold for a long time. Our history has been passed down, bro. I want you to order a book online called They Came Before Columbus, and I want you to read it. I can't debate you on your history because that would make me sound like a hypocrite. So I'm not going to do that. Your history is your history. I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is that the person who sent those Spaniards to kill your people was 14 years old when she sent them. She was a 14-year-old girl when she decided to send people to kill your people. And they ran through everything on behalf of a 14-year-old girl. So there's some people that got to be crazy to allow that.
But you know, and that's why they wanted, they burnt books back in the day. Now they trying to burn books again. You know what I'm saying? No critical race theory. We don't want to hear about what we did in the past. This is the future. We don't want to hear. So they want to get rid of all that shit.
It's the same recipe.
But when you dig deep, right. I'm pretty sure that there's some kind of way past us and past us on this earth that we're going to see at some time in the distant future or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more than just this planet. And we're going to see what actually occurred, maybe for us or our history or whatever. We're going to be able to see the future and the past when we pass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could have it if we slowed down enough, maybe. Right. If we were mentally fixed, but we're so fast moving society that we don't really do that. So we're not going to get that knowledge of it. What do you say?
Right. What does it have to do with us passing our history through? Though, see, and that's the point. Okay, so my point is that we have African history. Black people have African history. We have oral history and tradition that we have passed down. But there's nothing like having that written history that we know for sure. You know what I'm saying? That we know for sure.
We don't have that.
Passing down oral history is up to interpretation, right? Or I'll put it to you this way: the Bible.
Look, hold on. Here's what I say though. More the indigenous people that's been in the United States before there was light, before there was anything, a lot of UFO shit has been passed down through their history. Like whatever here is in Arizona, because I want to take a trip up this mountain. They got some hieroglyphs on the side of the mountain that the Indians talked about what they seen in Arizona back in the day. So you got to understand, back then, a lot of Indians passed that type of shit down as far as the UFO type, that they believe in UFOs as well as us. Because go ahead. I see you looking at the things. I was looking at them.
Okay. I gotta make a point. And this point is going to go towards why I believe Anthony don't follow. I'm sorry, Goob don't follow religion.
Who said I don't?
No, you don't believe in the whole Christian thing. So.
Nah, I don't.
So
and I went to Catholic school for 8 years.
So I'm gonna say this. I understand, but like we got pottery too. We got stuff that goes back to African traditions that followed us in slavery, and I understand everything that you guys are saying, but I will make the point that, for argument's sake, the Bible, the King James Version, is the most prominent that's written, but you got Methodists, you got Catholic, you got Baptist, you got all these people that have different interpretations of the Bible that makes them different versions of Christians. And do you know why they have different interpretations of their version of Christianity? Because the majority of the New Testament is made up. The majority of the stuff in the New Testament is stuff that was made well after the guy that we call Jesus was dead. So let me tell you guys this.
Right.
King James was a homosexual. But in the Bible, a whole city was destroyed behind homosexuality.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
So now let me read something to you guys. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Yet because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. Can any of you prove me guilty of sin? If I'm telling the truth, why don't you believe me? Whoever belongs to God hears what God says. The reason you do not hear me is you do not belong to God. Guess who he was talking to? This is Jesus talking. And the Jews answered him, aren't we right saying that you are the Samaritan and demon possessed?
You got me, young man.
The Jews, Jesus said to the Jews, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. And when he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Yet because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. And the Jews answered him, aren't we right saying that you are a Samaritan and demon possessed?
Uh-oh. Book drop.
Now,
I heard the book drop.
Now, when I sit up here and say that when people take your stuff, kill you off, and rewrite your history, it's going to change because of trauma. When I got jumped by the Young Crowds back in 1997, which is a gang in Linwood, which is a Latino gang, which is a Mexican gang in Linwood, when they jumped me, and I couldn't figure out why they jumped me. And one of my homeboys said, hey, man, you know, Mexican gangs are a little racist. And I was like, why is that? Well, you know, we got beer and we got this, and it comes from Germany, and it got to go back to World War II when the Germans came, and we got German this and that. And I said, but Mexico helped free the slaves. Mexico helped free the slaves. Mexico fought. Mexico went and fought the Alamo so that black people could live free in Texas. That's what the Alamo was all about. But this group of kids from the Young Crowd, they didn't understand that. They didn't go back that far. They only went as far as what they understood it to be based on what they knew.
Right.
So we have to understand that people change our trajectory based on them conquering us, because the bottom line is that we just commodities to them to get to a particular place and what they want, whether it be gold, whether it be silver. And when I say these things to you, I'm telling you these things because it all comes back to these UFOs, because I told you, black people only generate $3 billion a year. Right? We only generate $3 billion a year in the American economy. But you can flip that and say, how much does Black America, how much does Latin America make through our culture for the American economy? How much does other people make off of hip hop? How much does other people make off of reggaeton? How much does other people make off of our clothes? How much does other people make off of our music? How much does other people make off of our food? How much does other people make off of our goods? And we don't see near a dollar of that, because Mexicans don't own Taco Bell. Mexicans don't own Del Taco. Mexicans,
they thought you was Puerto Rican.
They thought I was. They thought I was Boricua. They thought I was, but I'm not.
But look,
maybe just a little bit. I do got a country name to read it.
Okay, so we hold on, because we went left on this here.
So we went left, but
we were talking about the premier. Okay, but we were talking about the pyramids, whether they're in Mexico, whether they're in Egypt, whether they're in Ecuador.
Right.
They all over. We got some in the United States under some of these volcanoes or whatever. They're actually pyramids under there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's all
they got
grassed
off
up.
the coast of China. Off the coast of China, in the sea, they got pyramids just down at the bottom of the ocean that they just now finding. It's about being good global citizens, and other people just going to these other countries and just saying, this is some nice stuff to plunder and tear up.
Right.
And I think
but it all came from.
Yes,
no,
it all came from that. You're right.
What's that?
What you about to say? It all came from that. I think what we see is the evolution of our interplanetary family coming to say, you know, this has been going on a little bit long enough, and it's time to reabsorb our humanity back into this interplanetary family. Right.
If you don't think they know that these idiots got nuclear weapons or atomic bomb, whatever, you know what I'm saying, and they let them practice, we didn't start seeing them real frequently. We spoke of this once before until they set that off. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come back. But I think these pyramids may have something to do with a lot of them coming back in those areas. Because they may be certain things that we don't even know what they are. Like these volcanoes erupting, but you seeing UFOs going straight into the volcano. You know, which I have video of.
Right. Shout out to the Young Crowd. No disrespect. We good. That was years ago. It was a misunderstanding. We all good. I hit a block I shouldn't have hit. You know how that go. Yeah, but this is what this is about, man. Again, it comes down to money, it comes down to resources, and that's what Farrakhan said. You control everything, and you want to find a way to create your technology to be on par with this other technology so that you could be in control when it gets here. But you're not gonna get that control. You're not gonna catch up. You're not gonna catch up.
That's what exactly I've been saying that, Lisa, for a lot of these shows. I say, and they here doing something because they know if we fuck off this planet, we're not just fucking off this planet. We fucking off all the planets around us, the sun, the moon,
right?
Everything that's connected, the other planets that are in this galaxy that we can't even get to yet. Them niggas may be coming here saying, hey, these fools is about to fuck this off. We gotta let these niggas know that they shit, what they doing, nigga, we already did that. Look at Mars or look at these other dead planets. You know what I'm saying? Or these dead stars or whatever you want to call them. They giving us a warning. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see more of them.
And we have to understand that what is considered a weakness is actually a strength. Like every description that we've had of an alien race, they all look alike. The Greys look like Greys, the Pleiadians look like Pleiadians. But when they come here and they look at us, we should consider ourselves, like if we look at ourselves as the human race, if we just drop all BS and look at ourselves as the human race, we should consider ourselves lucky. You know what I mean? Because somebody that's of everybody on the planet is gray, come here and look and they see black, white, brown, red, different eyes, different everything. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, look at what they have. They have so many a different variety of people, and that variety, which should be a strength, is a weakness because we can't get past boundaries that was created so many years ago by people who thought the wrong way. But again, we talked about being anchored to an ideal and how being anchored to an ideal is very powerful. We are so anchored to an idea that we can't move beyond it, and that's a problem with this UFO business. You know what I mean? Is that so many businesses would lose out on money because of the technologies that can be created by just one of these ships. And there's
but did you read would you read what Ark say? He spoke to George Clinton. Wait, he said becoming a spall. I went past him. It was up there. Oh well.
Oh yeah, a small ball of light and turn into a big ball of light. Change from a yellow ball of light into an orange orb of light. My God, please listen. Okay, so where are we at?
Yeah, that's our. Hey, look.
Wow.
Just like the burning bush, homie.
Yeah.
They never said the bush was on fire. It was smoke coming out of it. They just said the bush was glowing. It was glowing like it was burning. You know what I'm saying? And when he walked up there, he was got, come on. You don't think, the Bible itself, there's a lot of, because it was written by a king. This is what I believe about the Bible, right? Because why aren't the books of Ezekiel, I think of the books that's not in the Bible that also speak about UFO type shit.
Enoch.
But in the books of Enoch, there you go. The book was written by a king. The king had the ability to say, what, in every movie you see, a person walk up to the king, what do you have for me? I don't believe that. Take him off and kill him.
Right.
So the book was the same way. I'll put what I want to put in this book. You take that shit and kill him for writing a book like that. So they made, that's how I felt about it. Because until a snake talks to me, and that's the first book that they open, when you open the book, that a snake is talking, nigga, then I'm in the game. If a snake walk up and start talking to me, when that comes back, but
right. You know what, man? Let me tell you something.
So,
oh wow! Wait, Uncle Buck, did she really burn the lasagna? I thought you was joking, yo. I thought, oh wow, oh wow.
He say Dougie Fresh played this only at night is a good kind of alien tune.
Wow. I think one thing we know for sure is that you really can't detonate a nuke in space because you need oxygen in order to detonate a nuke. There's no oxygen in space. Really, you can't really have an explosion. The reason why a star explodes in space is because it has its own gravity well, and it creates oxygen. It has a slight atmosphere. So when it explodes, it's exploding with gravity. But a nuclear explosion, that's artificial, and there's no oxygen. There's not enough. It can implode, but it's not going to explode. So you're not about to shoot a nuke off at a UFO and expect that to do anything.
Say we walking past these walking snakes. There you go. Okay.
Snakes every day, all the time, man. We walk past them all the time, and it's really nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do but just say snake and hop over and keep moving.
I'm gonna have to retract that there statement for the moment. Reevaluate that, but it's never gonna make me change about what I think about religion in a totality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in one thing. I am not anti-spiritual or knowing what's something above. I don't believe in all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Those names and all that.
It's just to get us to the point of where we are. Convoluted noise is basically, I know sometimes it seems like I go off on a tangent, but the way my mind works, I feel like I'm talking about convoluted noise that stops us from understanding what we're looking at when we see things in these videos like you about to play.
Like I'm about to play right now.
If we understand who we are, then we would have a better understanding of what we're about to look at, and we wouldn't have to worry about what was this. Yep, Pryor.
Snake. He jumped. Say white folks walk different in the forest. They always get bit by snakes. Can you hear me? Oh, you muted. All right, check out this video while you mute. He had to get out of his car and go get a better look.
Absolutely. Mistake number one.
But he got a good video of it.
Yeah. That gotta be a Galaxy 8G. My phone wouldn't get all that.
But look how that shit's just sitting in the sky. Too much motherfucking noise. I don't need the noise. I don't need the traffic.
Swamp gas. It's swamp gas.
That's what it is?
It's swamp
Flares.
gas.
Flares.
Yeah, it's flares.
Okay.
It's Ric Flares.
See, what you call them was star art. The Bible is a star book. See, I don't. You have to prove a little something. Look, I believe in some of the books of the Bible. Like I say. Why did they get rid of the Book of Enoch? What is Ezekiel's wheel? What is Jacob's ladder? What is parting the sea? What did the three wise men follow? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, there are some parts of it I believe. I just believe it just told the story from different eyes from different people. But go ahead there, Omar. They talk about the tall whites. Who the tall whites? You say Alice Bible, some book, the sun is a star. Okay.
Okay.
Where's Ella's Bible is from? Where is that? Is that Greek or something? Or what? Eyeball? Spanish or
Helios.
Yeah,
Biblios,
I'm not sure what.
Which is Holy Bible, Sun Book. The sun is a star. Is that? Are you saying that Jesus is the sun? That's why the sun is behind his head. Is that the thing?
See, somebody gonna have to. It's just saying that the Bible is a sun book. I'm not going.
I know, Uncle Buck. I know who the tall whites are. The tall whites are alien species, just like the what do they call them? Are they the Nords? All of the white alien species are intelligent and very beautiful. They are the smartest and most attractive and most polite and most godlike of all the aliens across the universe. And they are here to save us from ourselves.
But look.
Every other alien is the reptiles are killers, the grays are killers, the blacks are killers. The browns are killers.
Hey, look.
The reds are killers.
No, because Eyeball was saying that, the Holy Bible and the Book of Star. I'm gonna have to hear that from either Ark or Eyeball Torres to make me understand what they mean by that, as that being a Book of the Stars. I'm not sure I understand that analogy. Maybe you can tell me something what you think it is, Omar, because I don't understand it. Maybe because I'm not religious like that, and I really don't believe in those. Any name that's in the book could be a made up name because that's just turned into the English form of what they said that name was when they wrote that book. I don't believe they wrote it in that language because they didn't speak that language back then when they wrote the book. So you had to translate the book.
So the Council of Nicaea was where the decision was made to decide which books went where. And the oldest bishop came all the way from Ethiopia to the Council of Nicaea and said, you guys cannot make Jesus the Son of God. He was a good man, but you can't make Jesus the Son of God because God would not come down and have sex with a woman. That's what only begotten son basically means. The word spirit comes from spiritai, which basically means penis. So when a woman gets the Holy Spirit, she starts shaking and convulsing, it's really mimicking the orgasm. So the Holy Spirit is God coming down. He came unto Mary and had Jesus. Bro. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Now there was two men. You see two men depicted as Jesus. You see one with blonde hair. You see one that's brown hair. One is Cesar Borgia or Borgia, depending on where you are, they pronounce it. Then another one, I can't think of his name. One was the lover of Leonardo's nephew. The other one, Cesar Borgia, was both of them was bisexual men.
But listen,
both of them was supposed to be really good as being warriors.
But even in the Bible, right? Even in the Bible, right? The first two people they said in the Bible that was on the earth was who? Adam and Eve, correct?
Right.
What babies did they have? They had 3 males. They're supposed to be the start of the history, or they're saying now, oh no, there was other people somewhere else. Of course.
There's of course they said Adam had a wife before Eve, which was Lilith, but that's Catholic. That's Catholic mythology.
Oh my God! Now you're hold on, Omar. Hold the fuck on, bro. So you're telling me after 56 years, now you're telling me that he had another motherfucking? I've never heard that a day in my fucking life. So you're telling me that they had another wife? I thought they were the first two people.
Before Eve. That's Catholic. That's Catholicism. There was Lilith.
I thought I was Catholic. I ain't never heard no shit. I went to Catholic school for 8 years. I ain't never heard no shit like that.
I mean, you gotta rise up in rank. You gotta be like a 33rd and a 3rd degree Catholic to get to that level of knowledge.
Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me?
So basically, what they're saying is the start of mankind is really the start of the historical lineage of the Hebrew people.
Right. But did they only have Adam and Eve? They were supposed to be the first ones in the Bible, right? They had 3 sons. One of them killed the other one, made 2. They had 3. Cain killed Abel, and they had another one called Seth.
Yes.
Where did everybody else come from? If that's where they started.
Because again, what you're arguing is these were the only people on earth. But really what you are talking about is the lineage of the Hebrew people, because everybody in the Bible, in the Old Testament, is related. See, Mary wasn't the only virgin to give birth to a child. Mary's mother was also a virgin. So Mary got the whole story about, I don't know how I got pregnant from her mama. Her mama told her how to tell that story first.
He said he's trying to Bob Lazar to do the Goob show.
Adam and Eve was the only people on earth, but the sons was told to go out and find wives with the other people.
That's
what I'm telling you.
Give Adam a side, bitch fool. Yeah. You just gonna give Adam a side.
Lilith was before Eve. But again, you're talking what you're talking about is the lineage of the Hebrew people as they understood it, right? But you also have to understand that the Garden of Eden is Ethiopia. The Garden of Eden went from Ethiopia all the way to Lebanon. It wasn't just this small place.
Right, even everybody.
It wasn't just this small place. And so
that's what I can't get. That shit just cracked me up.
When Jacob,
you done fucked off my whole religious thoughts that I had before I became a non-religious person. So you just fucked all that shit up.
So when Jacob wrestled God all night, which I really don't understand the story, like he wrestled him all. Jacob wrestled God all night, and then in the morning, God said, "Let me go." So he let him go. He let him go in the morning. For some reason, they wrestled all night. In the morning, he let him go. Then he asked him, "What's your name?" He said, "My name's Jacob." And then he said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Don't worry about what my name is." So now you wrestling a stranger all night, and then in the morning, the stranger says, "Let me go." That sounds a little suspect to me.
That sounds a lot of suspect.
So wait a minute. So God says, "I'm gonna change your name to Israel because you have wrestled with God." So Israel was not a place. Israel is a person. Israel said, "I'm gonna call you penile because I have seen the face of God and lived to tell about it." When God tells Jacob to let me go, Jacob says, "Why?" God touched Jacob on the hip, and Jacob's hip started hurting. And so Jacob walked with a limp for the rest of his days. So it sounded like Jacob was getting busted out till the morning. I'm not trying to see. I'm trying to be a politician when I get older. And I ain't even supposed to. I done ruined my run for president on the Goob show. I'm sorry, America. But this is their lineage, and so Israel is Jacob. Jacob's name is now Israel. But my thing is, if this is God that you wrestling, then God would know your name. He wouldn't have to ask you what your name is, and that's why people have so many questions. And it's like, please answer this question. Why would God wrestle with a man and not know who he was? Why would Jesus go into a room with a little boy for 3 days and not come out? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are these things happening? And when people question these things, it's like, oh, he was teaching him. He was teaching him Hebrew, and the men they took little boys and taught them the Hebrew ways. Well, Jesus was considered a heretic in his time.
Oh my God.
So christianmingle.com, like a mother. Listen, I didn't write this, and it sounds like I'm making fun of it, but I'm really speaking to these are things that actually happen in the Bible. And so when you get to certain things, you have to put them in context and put them into perspective, that you are talking about the history of people. So when you get to the Jews leaving Egypt and them saying, okay, you got to put lamb's blood on every door so that God knows who to protect, because God is going to kill every firstborn Egyptian son. Why would God put blood on the door so he knows the difference between the Egyptian and the Hebrew? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Egyptians and the Hebrew look exactly alike. And if the Egyptians was black, then that means that the Hebrews was black. And if that's the case, then that means the people that was in Germany ain't the original Hebrews, which means that Whoopi was right. Oh, we talked about Whoopi already. But then we'll go back. And we will say that Moses was a general, and Moses being a general, and because the Hebrews were a religion that worshiped one God. They were not a people. They were a religion that worshiped one God. So the Egyptians and the Hebrews didn't know the difference between each other.
So look.
They marked it with lamb's blood, so they knew who not to go in and
look
kill
at this.
their kid.
Let me ask you a question then.
Mm-hmm.
If Genesis was the beginning,
mm-hmm.
or it's not the beginning, or is it the beginning?
It is the beginning.
Okay.
Because you got to take the Isis off.
Okay.
If you take that Isis off, what do you get?
Okay.
You get Gene.
Did they forget about the dinosaurs, or they just didn't believe in the dinosaurs, or they just did
Well,
they
you got to
forget to
remember
put that in?
they didn't know of the dinosaurs because according to them, their written history started 2,500 years ago.
See, but that's not the
beginning.
beginning.
You gotta understand. Christ died 2,022 years ago, according to our calendar right now.
So
the dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. So it wouldn't have been no dinosaurs for them to see based on the Bible if the Bible's only 2,000 years old.
Right, but they said the beginning was
according to how they understood it.
Oh. Okay.
So what they're saying is that the dinosaurs predated the humans, which means that that goes along with the historical context because in history they do say that the dinosaurs were killed before man inhabited the earth. I find a story when Jacob was forced to take his son to the tabernacle and kill him, just to show he loved God. But he didn't kill his son though. When he got his son to the top of the tabernacle, God was like, "I was just playing. You ain't got to kill me. I was just trying to see if you was gonna do it. You ain't got to do it." Y'all go home. I was just checking.
Right.
I was just trying to see if you were still riding. Yeah, and then it was Abraham that took his son to the tabernacle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Abraham.
See, I'm not that deep into the religious thing. I
mean, but again,
find it real. I find it real strange that you would say the beginning, but they find dinosaur bones.
Genesis is gene, and they are talking about the beginning of their people. They are not talking about the beginning of humanity, which is why their kids can go out and find other people in the world, because you're talking about people who are writing a book based on as they see the world revolving around them. Because when you go into Revelations, we can't go to heaven. The only people that can go to heaven is the 144,000 Jews. If you ain't a part of that 144,000 Jews, you can't get to heaven. But then guess what? The Jews don't believe in heaven. They believe you here, you die, and that's it.
Oh shit.
So and the reason why they believe that is because you got to remember Revelations was written in the New Testament. So they don't even believe in anything in the New Testament.
That's why I couldn't believe in there's a heaven and a hell. You know what I'm saying? Because up is down, down is up.
And my eyes aren't really green, and these are my eyelashes, and this ain't my head, and this ain't my leg, and don't make me hop after you. You see what I'm saying? And again, it just all goes back to they're gonna try to keep the wool over our eyes, and they're gonna keep giving us, but the Old Testament is the Torah. The Torah in the Old Testament, the Bible is the Torah, and the New Testament, by way of extension, and the New Testament was commissioned by Josephus, who was a Jew that lived in Rome, and Josephus was a black man, a black Jew. So again, they're gonna keep creating apps for us. They're gonna come up with the Facebook metaverse. You're going to hear meta a lot more. They're going to make you believe in the Matrix. They're going to make you believe that we in the Matrix. They're going to make you believe that we are in a simulation. And the reason why they're going to keep pushing the narrative that we are in a simulation is that when our people come to tell us we your people, we not going to believe it.
Right.
You understand? Because if we are in the Matrix, you mean to tell me that the computers are racist too? Like, goddamn, the cops gotta whoop my ass in the computer too?
Right.
Are you crazy?
So, we still killing each other in the computer. A nigga killing me over.
Nigga, this is very realistic.
Yeah, nigga. That the computer is carjacking a nigga.
I thought GTA was real enough, but damn.
Right.
I ain't gotta have my VR glasses on for this.
But see, the thing of it is that our mentality is not gonna get, if anybody took anything out of this whole live tonight, our mentality is so small on this earth. And I mean that by saying that we think even in religion, everything is written, everything is made on this earth as what people speak about what happened on this planet. We don't know what happened thousands of years ago. These people had technology that we can't even duplicate now. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the mountains
but do you know why we don't know what happened thousands of years ago? You know why we don't know why? You know why we don't know what happened?
Because they wiped everybody out.
Because the conquistadors killed the Aztecs. All we got left is a little gold plane that we got to see on the History Channel as a clue. You know what I'm saying? When we would benefit more, you got to understand. See, okay, this is how my brain works. That was a child's toy. That was a solid gold plane. That means that civilization was rich beyond belief, bro.
Yeah.
That means that the Spanish walked into a civilization where the children had gold planes. The children's toys was made of gold. You think they wasn't going to kill everybody and take the women? You think they wasn't going to destroy everything and take it and go back to that 14-year-old Queen Isabella and drop it at her feet?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Look,
and all we got is somebody on a History Channel showing us a plane, and we like, damn, we probably would have had the flying plane and could have been to Mars, could have been everywhere had they not destroyed it. But all we get is a toy, and I bet you that plane probably weigh at least 50, 60 pounds as being solid gold. Again, vibing. I heard they had streets paved. I heard.
Yep. See?
I heard. That's the work. You know what? That is a Negro's work.
Yeah,
I heard. I mean, I'm not disrespect. No disrespect. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but I mean, anytime you hear "I heard," it's always bad news. I heard you got a baby on the way by the fat girl. Nah, it wasn't me.
Hey, look though, and that's true. The only material that they can use as a conductor in space is gold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the best conductors that they use on all their materials going to space. Because it can retract light or whatever. So they could have been coming mining for gold for us to even figure out what gold was. Nobody probably knew what the hell gold was.
They knew, but they didn't care. If it's in abundance and you are good global citizens, you gonna share, and it doesn't matter to you. You see what I'm saying? If it's something that you want to share with the world because you understand that we all in this together, then it doesn't matter, because you have a bartering situation. The globe was a bartering situation. Hey, what do you have? Well, I got gold. What do you have? Well, I got corn. I got wheat. I got things that you can eat. I got things that can keep you warm. Okay, well, let's trade. You see what I'm saying? And the trade was cool. But then you had somebody decided in their mind that I got corn, I got wheat, but I also have the ability to kill and take your gold and keep the gold and the wheat and the corn and everything else, and I'll have it all.
Right.
And that sickness is perpetrated continuously, and it is in us now because we have been raised by people that think a certain way that is not in our genetic coding. And so we are hardwired one way and think another. And so we can't get past the starting block. We stuck in neutral because what's in our hardware and what's in our software is conflicting with each other.
Hey, that's why eventually we'll see more and more of them.
As long as we look up.
As long as we're gonna be the way we are as well. You know what I'm saying? Whether to kill this planet or whatever the case. But yeah, most of the artifacts is either buried where don't nobody know where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like Antarctica. How much of Antarctica has we discovered? No telling what's buried under some of that ice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
That's just waiting to come out when they know that the heat. We know about 100,000 years from now, this heat gonna burn off all this ice. We'll come out. Their technology is way more advanced than us. The shit sounds crazy, but shit, I gotta believe in all that type shit.
Eyeball is clowning now.
What did he say?
He hitting us with the what about Rumpelstiltskin? You know what, man? I don't know about Rumpelstiltskin, man.
Right.
I don't know about Rumpelstiltskin. You know what?
Eyeball Torres is a teacher.
If you tell me he's a stand-up comedian, I will believe you.
No, I will
believe you.
What he has is the Picard. He's got something on his platform is called the Picard seat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I met him over at Kev Mack show. Really intelligent. He didn't interview Kev Mack. He ended up loco. You know what I'm saying? He's into that school and he don't have nothing but books and YouTube.
Right.
So shout out to my fool Eyeball Torres.
That's a beautiful thing.
You know what I'm saying? So he just gonna fuck with me on my platform. Like if I came on his and just say shit on his. So shout out to Eyeball Torres.
Hey man, he's keeping me on my toes. Him and Get Him Jank are hitting me on some. They keeping me on my toes. I'm enjoying it.
What's up, ZG? Appreciate you stopping by. We just bullshitting around, talking about some religion, talking about some. Gotta fix my damn glasses. Hold
on. I don't really.
He done jumped into. Omar done jumped into some religion on me. We was on UFOs and we got into the Holy Bible and all that. So I'm rolling with him. I told y'all I'm not with it, but I started this whole live off by
Look, man. Look. That was a joke. It's all relative to the. It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean relative in a Pyru sense. I mean it's all related to each other. So don't kick my ass, everybody. It's all cousins.
I'm just fucking with you because we started with what I'm trying to say is where Omar took us to the religion. We started with the pyramids. It all works around to religion because we was talking about how some pyramids were pointed, some were flat, where they started doing sacrifices, and that's where I think we went into the religion, right? I say I don't know it. Then they started talking about the Bible as the star book or whatever. I don't know about all that.
We went into religion because religion has been used, specifically Christianity, to kill more people than any other indoctrination on the planet. Period, point blank.
Over what? Over something they got from the sky? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
They wouldn't have put it in the Bible.
Omar was remembering getting jumped. Hey man, I went to Linwood High School in Linwood, California.
He said praying on us, fool. He said he was remembering.
Hey, they tapped me up good in the boys' bathroom. Let me tell you something. They tapped me up good in the boys' bathroom. I just walked into their bathroom. Linwood, I walked into their bathroom. It was black bathroom.
That y'all think outside the box and have opinions. Good shit. Good shit, Eyeball. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get on here. We get to saying nothing and nobody can, debate us about what we talking about. Man, I'm not gonna feel right if I don't get somebody telling me, you know what I'm saying? And that's one person we miss. Western Ave ain't been up in here. She usually be on the nigga neck. You know what I'm saying? But
where's that?
I haven't seen her in here since I guess I went off.
You called me a liar that last time, huh?
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
I mean, he don't know what he's talking about.
She was a good debater, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh yeah. Anyway, some of the shit that I'm seeing now, I can just imagine what's gonna happen. In the next few months, hopefully I get some more videos. I got this one coming from my homeboy's mom. She was out here, and I told you about it in Queen Creek, where there's no lights. So he's supposed to have her send some videos to him. You know what I'm saying? He had sent them once before, but he got another phone. And it was one I should have still did the one that you did. I did it on another live that you had out in the. You want to tell us about that one? Since you had a vision, I didn't spoke on my vision. I don't think you ever spoke on why you actually, how'd you get into UFOs and all that? What's your story? Did it just pop up on you? Did it just, you know what I'm saying?
I think that we should have a vote or a bet. Let's have a bet. Let's have a bet on how many distractions the world is going to try to give us before they give us UFO disclosure. I mean, they was talking about COVID, then a food shortage, then white people took all the toilet paper, and now we got Russia.
There's alien mineral there. They can put
Department of Water and Power out of business, free energy. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. So I went to, I'll never be able to run for Congress now. I went to a place called
be on my ass. Yes, you was.
I went to a place, Compton School District had a place called Camp Kamichi up by Mountain High. And I would go up there with my cousins, and they would take kids from Compton Unified up there. And I was there with my cousin Jamal, my cousin DeAndre, and some other kids that was there. And the girls' bathroom is at the halfway point up, and the boys' bathroom was at the top point up. And I went all the way up to the top of the hill, and I took my big cousins with me. They both 4 years older than me. Jamal, rest in peace, and my cousin DeAndre. And they wouldn't go in the bathroom with me. They was like, "You a big boy, you got to go in there by yourself." And of course, it's a mountain, so it's they basically kind of outhouses with like 6 toilets and 6 urinals. Right, so I go to the toilet. I go in the bathroom and I see this thing standing there that looked like a kid. And I run out. And when I ran out, my cousins just decided to start running because I was running. And I actually peed on myself from the bathroom all the way back down the hill to the bedroom. To the camp spot. Now I was scared. I had to change my clothes, and I had to go take a shower. My uncle was like, "Man, what happened? What happened? What happened?" So of course you go to camp, everybody's teasing you. Right. Like everybody's tripping on you, man. You peed going to And I told him I said, man, I saw another kid in the bathroom, but all the kids were accounted for. But it was another boy in the bathroom, but it was shaped like a little sickly little boy. So they decided to go do their little campfire games at night, and I was still scared from what I saw. So I stayed in the little trailer, and it was a door and a little wall separated the boys' room from the girls' room. And everybody was out. They went to the little fire pit and all that kind of stuff. And 10 minutes in, the door flies open, and I'm thinking maybe it's one of my cousins coming to get me. And I see the same damn thing I saw in the bathroom, bro. And I was like, oh, that is not a kid. That is not a kid. You know what I mean? And I really can't tell you, the description would be what people see it as a small gray. You know what I mean? That would be what people would say was a small gray. And I pulled the blanket over my head. Mind you, at camp at that point, I had to be about 9 years old.
Where was your camp at?
Right across the street from Mountain High. So it was in Wrightwood National Forest.
Ooh, okay.
Right past San Bernardino. Yeah. So I pulled the blanket over my head, man, and I just started counting. And it seemed to take forever. And then I heard the light click on, and you could see, you could look at Pelosi itchy looking ass and see aliens already here. You good, bro, Omar. The light, you could, how when you got one of them little blankets over you can see when the light kind of turn on. You know what I mean? You can see the light, so the light turns on. Right. I'm still nervous, and it was my cousin Jamal, and he was like, "Who was in here, man? Who was in here?" And so I knew he saw what I saw, and I looked up. He pulled the blanket from over me, and I was like, "Man!" And when I told him what I saw, he was like, "Don't you tell nobody that shit, not ever in life." And I was like, "Okay." And I think the only person I told was my uncle. But when I say I made direct eye contact, I was looking at this thing. I was like, oh my God, like right in the door. I'm in the bunk. I'm by myself. And it was like, it was no place to go. And I think had I been older, I probably would have been a little, you know what I'm saying? Not unsure. I don't want to say I was scared. I think I was just more unsure of what my get down was, because I was a bad kid. I used to fight all the time. Right. But this particular thing, seeing something different, I didn't have, like, it was like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know what I mean? Because you're not looking at proportions. If you're looking at something that may have kneecaps or whatever, if you would say kneecaps, you're looking at something where fingertips are going to the thighs. You know what I'm saying? And when you used to looking at fingertips going through the thigh, remember, I
see, boy, you'd have been told this story, but I'm glad you told it on the Goob show. You know what? For sure.
These are things that you don't say, because if you planning on becoming a public figure, if you considering becoming a public figure, this could be career suicide. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because there's a lot of people that'd be like, this dude said he saw. You know what I'm saying? And I really, but my family knows, you know what I'm saying? And it was just something that's kind of always been I got some family members that would be like, oh, Omar said he saw this. Well, the boy crazy. You know what I mean? And I got other family members that are like, Omar solid. That man he did say the devil was talking to him from outside, and it was a homeless man. So, we might need to listen to him when he say these things happen. That type of thing. So after that,
it's a whole bunch of people though that it's a bunch of people that do have these same stories though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, absolutely. But I don't think You know, again, one of the problems that I have with what's happening with disclosure is nobody is talking about the contactee abduction side anymore. Nobody. It's been all UFO now. It's been we see them and we know they're not from Earth, but
Look,
they still but now they're like anybody that's talking about, oh, I've actually seen.
Since you hold on, since you want to tell a story, since you want to tell a story, let me just tell my story why I changed. Right. So for 8 years.
Hold on, man. Can you read Get 'em Jenks? Can you read his comment? I want you to read it in your voice. Out loud in your voice. I need you to read it for the audience.
I'm not reading. Go ahead. You got it.
I would have stabbed that little gray baby and bounced.
Oh shit. He would have got out of that camp. Hey, because you know
what type of knife would I have? A Swiss Army knife with the fingernail clippers? Jank, what was a 9-year-old gonna use?
Where you at? I want to hear what. Hey, okay. hit this link, Sir Uncle Buck. Come on in and tell us your story, Let's get old Uncle Buck up in here. Uncle Buck Dog.
Did he get to eat his frozen food? Is what I want to know.
I got proof for UFO believers. Can I go live? What you want to tell? Yeah, come on in,
Come on in. And then next time you gotta get
Archangel. Art. Sir Uncle Buck finna show you how to come up in here, unless he got it blocked too. Because I don't know how he
Why are you shocked, Art? Don't be shocked. It is what it is.
Bible say tap in, Buck.
Why you think you don't see us in scary movies? I did see y'all in scary movies. I seen
hey, homeboy
in that movie with Damon Wayans.
No, what about homeboy?
Oh, he said not today.
Remember homeboy was in not today, brother Omar kicking knowledge. The essay that was in that one movie where they in the zombies or something was coming at them. What up in Southside Compton? For sure, appreciate you. Jank the Snake. Yeah. He was shanking. Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd get Sir Uncle Buck up in here, but
you was about to tell a story. I shared one. You got it. You was about to tell us.
Oh, well, mine's come from. I went to Catholic school for 8 years. So I was into Catholicism and all that. My mom wasn't really a church going person all the time, but we had skits and shit, and we had to go, be in the church atmosphere. So I was with that. But when I got shot, I no longer believed in it. It is crazy because I seen myself laying on the seat. I seen with the first shot, and the first shot knocked me to the seat because he shot me in the neck. It knocked me to the seat, and I can feel all the rest of the shots. I can feel all 4 of the rest of the shots. I felt each and every one of them. I can see myself laying in the seat. Like, that's me. I seen the whole, when they talk about a tunnel, there is a tunnel where you see everything flash on the side, all that, The next thing I know, I was halfway up in the seat. I wasn't laying on the seat. I wasn't sitting straight up. I was coming up. And I just sat straight up, homie. Like, that motherfucker shot me. I can't fucking believe this, man. This motherfucker shot me. And I pushed the door. I couldn't move my left arm. and I just leaned on the door. The door was open. And I just got out and I looked down at my chain because the last thing I remember, the nigga grabbed my chain. I tried to grab the gun and the nigga, it went off. I never believed in religion after that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe in that. I believed there was a higher something that took me. That's where mine began. I had never seen the UFO. I had never seen nothing. I couldn't understand why, but I also went berserk. You know what I'm saying? I also went berserk. Homie, I was fully in the streets, fully doing. I didn't care nothing. I didn't care anymore. Whether I lived or I didn't care anymore. But for whatever reason, what happened to me also have kept me from doing life when I should be doing life. I know. But I've gotten past so many times that I finally said, fuck.
Right.
How many motherfucking chances I'm gonna get? I know it. How the fuck do I go from a level 2 yard to doing 2 tours on a level 4 yard in fucking 8 years, homie? In 8 full years. If I count it all up now, I used to always say all my 20s, but it was 8 motherfucking years, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where I started not believing in something other than what you're telling me is on this earth. I just don't believe that. I believe something is more than that.
But do you believe do you believe that man has failed you in that aspect, or the higher power has failed you? Like, do you believe that, like, what man says God has failed you, or the people that say this is what you have to do to get to heaven, they obviously failed you because
listen, here's what I tell my wife say it all the time. My kids hear me say it. They'll say, Dad, where you going? I say, I'm going to hell if I don't pray. Ain't that what you telling me? That's what society tells me. I'm going to hell if I don't pray. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. You see what I'm saying? What I believe is my higher being. If whatever put me here made me to survive or don't survive, right? When I'm growing up with my mama by myself, growing up in LA, it's at the time when LA was a doggy dog world. Either you're gonna get taken with the wolves or you're gonna come out. You're gonna be right. So I'm not saying that those that go to church all day and they have a belief, your belief is just different than me. I don't want somebody telling me where I gotta pay you and pay no tithes. Tithes for what?
Right.
Where this nigga need money from? What the highest beings need money for? Nigga, that money is nothing up in there. Do you think a nigga is flying around? Whatever's coming to see us, do you think these niggas got dollar bills in their pocket? Come on, man. Money might not mean shit.
What I mean is, like, I started off soft till like the second grade. Till like the second grade, I was soft.
He's doing extensive research.
So
that's right.
So I started off soft. I was in second grade, El Segundo Elementary School, right across the street from Centennial High School, right in the heart of the motherland, the West. And I was in class. You know, you got to put your jacket up in the covey. And I had on a New York Yankees starter jacket with my name.
I want to tell you, this may not be meant right now. It's coming.
Okay.
That's right, Arkansas. We'll wait for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna get you in. So my name was on the jacket. Omar B was on my blue New York Yankees starter jacket, fresh, right? So it's time to get out of school. Now, this person didn't take the jacket from me. They just stole the jacket. Maybe they stuffed it in their backpack, whatever. I get home, my mom was like, oh, somebody stole your jacket. Obviously, because you don't have it. I know you didn't just leave it at school. I was like, damn. So, of course, 80s mama, she put the paws on me. You better go get your jacket back. I go to school. Now, this kid is smart. He don't wear the jacket. He don't bring the jacket to school for about a week. So I don't know who took the jacket. I'm telling my mama, I don't know who took my jacket. The jacket ain't popped up at school. So the kid finally a week later is wearing a jacket. I get into a fight at school. The teacher break us up, send us to the office, right? So the lady at the office, she don't give me my jacket back, right?
You say you pray so you don't go to shit. Yeah.
So the lady sends me home, sends him home with a little notice for our parents to come. So my mom come to school. This kid mom come to school. The little boy got the jacket on. We in the office with the principal. My mom is like, that's my son's jacket. The lady says, that's my son's jacket. Now the boy, I can't remember his name, but the boy is like, it's my jacket. But the boy's name ain't Omar. The jacket clearly got Omar on it. The principal say, well, if the boy say it's his jacket, then it's his jacket. See that right there. When we left that meeting, my mother said, nigga, when you get out, you handle this. And you get your jacket.
Right.
That right there is what changed my opinion on authority figures. It took me to, at a young age, I can't trust you. I can't trust you. I can't go to nobody with a badge. I can't go to no. If something happens to me, I'm handling it on my own, because this lady clearly see Omar on this $80, $90 starter jacket, and here Craig or whatever his name is rocking my jacket, and she know that his name
didn't make
ain't
any
Omar.
sense.
The teacher know that his name ain't Omar. We done both got in trouble for fighting, but I shouldn't have gotten in trouble because it was my damn jacket I'm fighting for.
Right.
But the point is, we not born monsters. We get in situations where we are made monsters.
Right.
And then when we get caught up in a situation where we standing in front of somebody that want to tell us that we monsters to our faces.
So can I do this?
You the one made me the monster.
Can I do this? I'm gonna run that that video with Farrakhan from the beginning, and let him go all the way into when he was talking about what you're talking about. Even though I cut it off about the political part of it, he do get into how shit was happening to us when they was taking Crips and doing this to Bloods and doing this to Crip and pitting us against each other and all that. So
absolutely,
that's what this live was about. We're gonna run this video for those that may have just came in. Hey, anybody that come in, please hit that like button for your boy. If you don't like it, hit that dislike and keep moving. I'm cool with it. I guarantee you, no matter how many views I get on it, I'ma always have one more. Because I'ma always like all my shit. So I'ma always put my like on it. So I appreciate the like, man. Subscribe, share it. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother get to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna run this from the
We'll see.
Thing that I say, that it may bear a record either for or against you and me. It is written in the book of Ezekiel, When I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give him not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at your hand. But if you warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but you have delivered your soul. It is in this spirit that I make this announcement. In a tiny town in Mexico called Tepoztlan, there's a mountain on top of which is the ruins of a temple dedicated to Quetzalcoatl, the Christ figure of Central and South America. A mountain which I've climbed several times. However, on the night of September the 17th, 1985, I was carried up on that mountain in a vision with a few friends of mine. As we reached the top of the mountain, a wheel, or what you call an unidentified flying object, appeared at the side of the mountain, and I was called from the wheel to come up into the wheel. 3 metal legs appeared from the wheel, giving me the impression that it was going to land, but it never came over the mountain. Being somewhat afraid, I called to the members of my party to come with me, but a voice from the wheel spoke, saying, "Not them, just you." I was told to relax, and a beam of light came from the wheel, and I was carried up on this beam of light into the wheel. I sat next to the pilot. However, I could not see him. I could only feel his presence. As the wheel lifted off from the side of the mountain, moving at a terrific speed, I knew I was being transported to the mother wheel, or the mother plane, which is a human-built planet a half a mile by a half a mile, which the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us of for over 60 years. The pilot, knowing that I was fearful of seeing this great mechanical object in the sky, maneuvered his craft in such a way that I would not see the mother plane, and then backed quickly into it and docked in a tunnel. I was escorted by the pilot to a door and admitted into a room. I shall not bother you with a description of the room, but suffice it to say that at the center of the ceiling was a speaker, and through this speaker, I heard the voice of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad speaking to me as clearly as you hear my voice this morning. He spoke in short, cryptic sentences, and as he spoke, a scroll full of cursive writing rolled down in front of my eyes, but it was a projection of what was being written in my mind. As I attempted to read the cursive writing, which was in English, the scroll disappeared, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad began to speak to me again. He said, and I quote, "President Reagan has met with the Joint Chiefs of Staff to plan a war. I want you to hold a press conference in Washington, D.C., and announce their plan and say to the world that you got the information from me on the wheel," end quote. He said to me that he would not permit me to see him at that time, but he said that I had one more thing to do, and when that one more thing was done, I could come again to the wheel, and I would be permitted to see him face to face. He then dismissed me, and I entered the small wheel, and the pilot, whom I still could not see, moved the craft out of the tunnel and took it up to a terrific height and maneuvered his craft that I might look down upon the mother wheel, and I saw a city in the sky. With great speed, it brought me back to Earth and dropped me off near Washington, where I then proceeded into this city to make the announcement. After I awakened from the vision, it seemed to vanish from my mind. However, on the morning of September the 19th, 1985, a great earthquake struck.
So that's what I would just say. So at the end, he said it was a vision.
He clarifies that he had a vision before he actually got onto a physical ship, and he got off of the ship and he had another vision of where he was supposed to go, because you have to understand that he got on the ship twice. The second time he got on the ship was after his helicopter was shot down. See, they attempted to kill, I got to remember what year it was, because that might have been before. They attempted to kill him and Gaddafi and Jesse Jackson on a helicopter when they were going to free those hostages. See, it wasn't just Jesse freeing the hostages. They sent Farrakhan to free the hostages too, but they don't tell you that Farrakhan also went to free the hostages. So
yeah, see, that's what I did think, that's how they do it. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't talk to us in our language. I think their language is higher than ours.
Yeah, he does implicitly. He says it in the book, and when he goes to at the Million Man March, he spoke on it as well.
Okay.
So basically, I don't know. You was asking me something. Archangel was asking me something about God and Satan and Ras. Yeah, Satan is supposed to be the God of enlightenment and freeing the mind.
No, he said, "Tell me." Yeah, he said, "Tell me something about that."
Yeah. So Satan is basically the God of enlightenment, and he's freeing the world of its chains of bondage, and he's giving you enlightenment. Basically, in Corinthians, Satan's the guy who is the leader of everything in the world. Satan has control of the world.
Let me ask you a question though, because this seems to come up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about UFOs and all that, why is religion so attached to UFOs in
I'll
that
tell you
nature?
exactly why. Because you have a lot of Bible Belt Christians that are elected to office, and one of your problems with disclosure is that a lot of the Bible Belt Christians that are elected to the Senate and the Congress believe that this is not interplanetary or interdimensional, but it's demonic. So when they see these things, they actually believe this is demonic and anti-Christ, not something from another planet. And so the argument is going to be made, but you have to understand that the planet that we live on is Asia. The name of this planet is Asia. Earth is the name of the sediment that we walk on. Earth means dirt. The word world is Greek for system. So when the Bible says the world is going to end, they do not literally mean that the world is going to explode. Or I know you're talking about Razzcast song, Vampires, God, and Satan. I know what you're talking about.
What is it? What is it? Talk about it, because obviously you can speak on it.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
But the word world means system. So when they talking about the end of the world, they're talking about the end of the system. They are not talking about the actual end of the physical world, which is why it's important on that dollar bill, the E pluribus unum, or New World Order. They talking about the end of one order in the creation of another order, a system of enlightenment, and that pyramid separation is important. So when you listen to Razk's album, his album is basically about God and demons and how Satan runs the world and how he controls it through you like that movie that you like, They Live, the consumerism movie. You put on the glasses and you see that
the aliens are the different people.
Yeah, and you see the Sprite and you see the Sprite commercial, but it's really consume. It's basically about that, how they getting you. Well, a jinn is a demon, right? And a jinn is a demon that America basically turned into a character that they use called a genie. When they talk about I dream a genie giving you 3 wishes, but basically it's a demon that honors you by giving you wishes, but those wishes come with consequences. Yes, that's why they say it's the end of the world as we know it. It's because they mean the system. They don't mean the actual world. So when you have UFO disclosure, what they're afraid of, what they are afraid of is they've spent so much time building their own system. They have spent so much time becoming a world power, the greatest empire the world has ever known. That to be taken down by a tic tac that's outflying your jets is problematic. And so you I don't know if he can play. Can you just play any songs?
Yeah, I'll play it.
God Satan, God Satan Raz. The whole album is fire. Razcast is nice, but you really wasn't a Razcast fan back in the day.
No,
I think the Razcast song that you heard that you didn't like was the one with Mac 10, Dub C, and Razcast on it. And you was like, man, Razcast messed up the song, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Yeah, your memory probably don't go back that far on certain stuff.
No.
So you know, that's why when we talk about these things, I always, he does put a lot of knowledge in his rap, but you know, it could be overwhelming sometimes. I love Razcast because I follow him as a battle rapper. You know, when he started as a battle rapper, but you know, he got a lot of flack on the West Coast, so he moved to the East. So he lost some points with that for me there. But you know, again, that's why I always bring it back to how it affects us.
What is the song?
Which one off the album? Ark.
Because my thing is tripping on this end.
Now he can't think of it. He can't think of the song. And now I'm here by myself. By myself. Once again. Anyway, guys. So what were we saying? Oh, we were saying that the word world is basically system. So they're talking about the system coming to an end, which can be extremely problematic for some. I'm coming out, pause. I've never banged or never claimed a gang. My father said, you a man first. Yeah, absolutely. We got to be men first. We got to be men. We got to be men first, you know.
What did he say?
Shabazuli said, huh?
I went out. I don't know what the hell happened trying to get that song.
Ark said he can't think of the name of the song.
Oh, okay.
So he lost us on that one. He told us to play the song and he don't know the name of the song to play.
He said play the album, but it started messing up when I tried to go play it.
The whole album. How much for one rib?
So, we'll catch him on another time.
We got a lot of traps and pitfalls that we got to dodge. You know what I mean? It's like, life is playing dodgeball for us. With bullets instead of Nerf balls, and we as a community of humanity.
Oh, he said, "How could I not like Raz?" I don't think I said
Unless
I
you have
didn't
no
like
knowledge
his song.
yourself.
I don't think I didn't like Raz. I probably didn't like one of his songs or something. But I don't never dislike no rapper that was rapping back in the day. You know what I'm saying? East Coast
No.
or
It
West
was
Coast.
it was the fact that it was sorry about that with my computer. It was a gangster song that Raz got on. You know what I mean?
He should. But
Yeah.
Raz do have some. I was finna play some of his music, but man, that shit tripped me out and took me out the whole live trying to put up his song.
All right, Jank. We'll holler at you. It's 1 a.m. where you at. Yeah, I gotta hit the gym at 2:30. And I'm going in this shirt. I'm gonna go work out in this shirt. In this Cowboy Bob Orton shirt when I do go work out, because
we've been on here
shame in mine.
For almost 3 hours. I mean, almost 4 hours. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we gonna call it a night, man. I know you get your, it was a good one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Appreciate you
was a
stopping
blessing.
by. I'm gonna have to do more of them, man. I'm gonna have to come on a little more, man. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Like I say, hit that like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like it, share it, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you check it out. You know what I'm saying? You like what a nigga doing, we're gonna always have something to enlighten. You know what I'm saying? He say quarterly. Oh no, man. We do this every Tuesday, but I'm gonna be coming on myself. I'll be posting UFO videos during the week, but I'm gonna still try to get that Thursday. I keep saying
we might
it.
as well just go ahead. We might as well just start doing. Then maybe we won't be on here for 4 hours.
Right.
If we know we gonna drop a Thursday.
We drop a Thursday.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we might have to.
Yeah, we might have to do that on a Thursday, man.
We might
Hey, I
have to go on
appreciate you, the
and knock
Sparrow.
them down.
You know what I'm saying? Just got
Oh
on.
man, don't worry about. Hey, we
I
got a few of
appreciate
these.
Yeah. Check us out. Check us out Thursday, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Hit that notification bell. You know what I'm saying? You'll get notified when I go live. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about this type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a variety. Move from UFO, religion, whatever it is, man. Politics, street shit. And shout out to, you know what I'm saying, King Real for doing my intro. My intro speaks it all. I can talk about anything. I just prefer to talk about UFOs.
I
I'm
might
gonna have
come
some
out of
more
retirement and do a song for you.
Okay, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Add on to my intro. I have a double intro. Hey, peace out to you.
All right,
I
my brother.
appreciate you, and I holler at you. I'll get at you, and we'll do something Thursday more than likely. He say thirsty.
Absolutely.
Get him, Jank. Say thirsty Thursday. We was
Thirsty
thinking about.
Thursday.
Get him, Jank. We was thinking about tamale Thursday.
Tamale Thursday.
We eat some tamales up on here. You know what I'm saying? And talk our
Damn
shit.
straight.
Hey,
All right.
Peace out to you, Omar.
Salute.
All right. Hey, appreciate everybody that came through, man. Shout out to all my Pomona people, Pomona representative, that Double S, South with it, Free my homie Yahoo, Huck, D Capone, Lil Dre, anybody else that's locked up, man. Till the next time, man, it'll probably be Thursday. Check us out if you're interested. A little knowledge, cool shit, cool conversations, man. Peace out. S with it.